fa dwumadie no sisi no na ode eno nso ade ato kama garbage am de yakwa ne ba na afei ya kan messages out do am de abrɛn ɛna no pɛyin awo aye dwumadie no ɛso nti ahonsam no ɛno no nti live our YouTube and Chat TV na onso ohwe dwumadie ne na usan etie aye ne live nti to radio so kra obetimi aba so ho na onso etimi aba be hwe dwumadie live ɛwɔ YouTube ebra yatena sida yɛde agudemu nsɛm no ɛde ɛbrɛm na ɛnra one big game etodwa ɛwɔ EPL nim Arsenal and Liverpool ɛnra no nanka Arsenal share that game nanka omo chances of winning the EPL no nanka ba kosoro pa but omo draw omo ane Liverpool bi antimi anhye bi Spanish Super Cup no so semi final second game ɛnra obi manzo Atletico Madrid omo nso tena ho ama Real Madrid etwa omo kam yinu a omo take ka no eye baako so what that means is that nyame adom akosia dai yenya El Clasico final ewo the Spanish Super Cup Barcelona Real Madrid adna omo so betimi dia pem so ane so ahonsam awha ene na AFCON no quarter final no shase na the tennis awia no nan omo from Mali ebe host Senegal na Cameroon and so omo from Morocco omo adna a host dwumadie no awo aye Morocco kromo nti ene two interesting games and na ebetimi abaso awo AFCON quarter final so no mu a ano so nim say ebedi hu komo awo dwumadie no so edi amamo finally our own Antoine Semenyo adjoining aye Man City na the first Ghanaian okobo adiama aye Man City and na osanso aye the fourth most expensive player but domunchen ye or the first Ghanaian okobo adiama aye Pep Guardiola's Man City and na oko aye omabako semua player ne board dey pa matono no Antoine Semenyo and the toss of fourth there's a branch no ne bodembo no eso nipa ni na no so yakoba Antoine akase bro Johnny aye City no ahonsemo ha Chelsea new head coach I fancy aye Liam Luxanier ahonso no enwa why the first air training at the ama aye Chelsea ahonso ensemo ha ni na ye bedu hu komo Manchester United fans as omo be protest at the Manchester United hierarchy na at the country am so be hit street no and so garbage am trasia ye be din komo na afia be fie teams na ho bo am ye for this weekend games a beba so no ye dem say Asante Kro be bo aye Brekum Chelsea inina na honsemo ha clubs no so business am ye no inina na ye be din komo no atimi at the amamo insurance 4.5 we aye the holiday edition of Nhyira digital passports Friday edition and at you for a tinkonuma ye di emamo garbage gabi the foreigner adian eko amane Richard de yesu dwumade na se emfa emfri amane
dachi entwe obiara ene wiase nyina adanya ye computer na computer yi
ya mesesa no this is official one am di amano no okay ask gande metwam omobobra papa bia
okay
na good morning na bibia boko de
nyame adom bibia fine
ede nyame ase kovi am say una ye started dwumade na uni ha and of course ye ko no nsem bibiri major issues two Chelsea apam Enzo Maresca Chelsea de ka say mo nyam new coach obidu dwumade na Manchester so no ene aye Amorim so no oma party ways amonso epe aye coach am say asem no ba una uni ha inti from Maresca pamono at the new appointment amaye bibia obese odin commodity features bia no maybe from the amount yin komo ba say Maresca now say oya ade o my na from doubters to believers
one believer because even you said here say Waji Maresca do a good coach
so what happened on our Chelsea what happened
I think say Maresca and Chelsea in Semno there is a large reportage people are saying say it wasn't a sack and in fact even in Chelsea's official statements they mention in it say a mutual termination of the contract where Maresca and Ankasani Chelsea me and Nunyinati who say the best thing for me and Nunyane say they will go separate ways. Now for me I think that in terms of say Blue Cool best started somewhere Jumano I don't think there has been any manager better than Enzo. Things say Todd Bowley The Blue Co is made up of Clear Lake and then the other consortium about together. No? And Clear Lake, the majority shareholders, and that's represented by Baghdad Ekbali. Then both of them come together to form Blue Co. So since Blue Co took over the club from Roman Abramovich, for me, I think Maresca is. And since that time, Thomas Tuchel Honor, but they made him go. Then there was Graham Potter was the first major appointment. Frank Lampard Babe interim Kaka. Then they brought in Mauricio Pochettino, and then later Abrante Fenengs and Maresca. And I think Maresca did a solid job. Which so where Maresca took Chelsea from. I don't think there is a single manager no more than what Maresca had done. And I'd even gone on to say that not even Guardiola, because you know what, Rich? When Luis Enrique went to meet Chelsea owners, about out 1 year Jumana and 1 year Jumana. The reason was simple. In terms of recruitment, Luis Enrique was not going to get 100% of autonomy. So, okay, play away. And you know, the disparity is that even at Paris Saint-Germain, Luis Enrique only 100% autonomy. But the difference is in who leads the sporting project. So at Paris Saint-Germain, is an experienced Luis Campos. Everybody knows the work of Luis. From being Jose Mourinho, part of Jose Mourinho's staff at Madrid, growing with Jose Mourinho, an experienced Portuguese in terms of players near the day, and then coming to where he has gotten to. He is one of the creme de la creme in terms of sporting directors. Oh, but proper projects he is part of it. So Luis Enrique can understand that he can work with Luis Campos. But say over on the other side, he has to come and work with 5 sporting directors. Sam Jewell, Wing Stanley, Stewards, Joe Shields. Before even Baghdad Ekbali comes in, it's a lot. And Penny Pedigree, he may not want that. Again, even at Manchester City, Joseph Guardiola doesn't take 100% in terms of decision making of be player away. No. It is always a team, sporting director. Then they take the input of the manager. So all of these guys were not going to take the Chelsea job. It was always going to be young coach, our prospects. Then
hungry for success.
Yes, hungry for success to see if he can come and do the job. And Rich, to be very honest, people forget. Maresca, he did it in his first season. It is the first season. And I won. Enzo Maresca winning the Conference League, And that season, winning the Club World Cup. And that season, qualify Chelsea for Champions League. Before then, Chelsea had gone almost 3 seasons without Champions League football. When you look at that away from just sporting, financially was affecting the club. Not Chelsea, we're going to point where we can focus on Chelsea at car park, or team, way. It was because we were finding financially ingenious ways to make money. And Maresca brought Champions League football back to a team that for me was disjointed. Rich, Messi Opa, go back and play voices of when Roman Abramovich was charged at Chelsea. There were a lot of connoisseurs and bookmakers of the game, very experienced, and they were not wrong. Who said that Chelsea into me seen that BM in terms of winning trophies, in terms of going back? What people fail to know is that at the time, not Chelsea, not Edwin Dale. Look at the data. Before Thomas Tuchel came, the last time Chelsea had won the English Premier League was in 2017 under Antonio Conte.
The first season.
From then, Mauricio Sarri had come, Tuchel himself had come, Frank James Lampard had come, Chelsea had gotten a transfer ban at some point in time. Antonio Conte, Thomas Tuchel came and he did the unthinkable by winning the Champions League. But in the league, Chelsea were struggling. In fact, last season, Thomas Tuchel free order. He had gone away to lose to Dynamo Zagreb. There were issues of squad imbalance. Ball he moved before a club. And you'll be a catcher Antonio Rudiger onko. And your ball in a Pamo Edward Mendy. And your ball in a catcher and go to contest onko. These people felt like the contracts were ending. Mateo Kovacic. Contracts ending. Club no she didn't need the direction our coach is saying. So then we as players, we need to move on. They said, okay, fine. We can't go the regular way of see a to experience players about Bobo Namayene into young long-term projects, which will guarantee us 2 things. The strength in terms of contract negotiation, because we are crafting only 21, 22, 23. Your man is Kaka man long-term contract. We own the autonomy in terms of the decision making with that. So I'm far we flip it and get money. We don't lose. But they also know that no matter how much money you get, football comes down to the fans and the fans won't win it. And until the Grand Potter Ben 1991 Mayor Sanya Mana wins name and they let him go. So Enzo Maresca for me looked like a perfect fit. Because
Oma trophies.
Trophies.
And crowns or the come.
Oh, it's in Grand Kama. So how then does Enzo Maresca go off the radar? Rich, and no, you have to look at this from 2 points of views.
First one.
Rich, Chelsea were not fair to Enzo Maresca. Why do I say that? Rich, in Enzo Maresca in the first year, CSS is one par, projects, no yen to me my own autonomy. And my own two players. Now say first season, watch rest you good. All of the coaches that we said that okay, they can have an input and even push for certain players now. Only a serial winners. So my winning my first season with some materials now the man. So me ba wanna me catch us say, oh, me leader in terms of centre back in level call le pra. Inti my miscan to centre back Rich. Is this not a person at least you can trust something small to him? After one season. Was it not enough for Maresca to say it's okay? Yeah, trust baby man. At least now let's give him what he wants. Maresca did not get the backing. Chelsea started the season without Leverkusen. Chelsea's number one player in Cole Palmer for large part of the season. In fact, about just 2 games or 3 games until Maresca sacking. Chelsea sold Nicolas Jackson, sold Noni Madueke. Nicolas Jackson on loan, sold Noni Madueke. So if the coach asks for certain things, I think that to be very honest, at that point in time, Chelsea should have made some concessions.
Baby, what do now? Does it also not make sense? Say your project I yet team crowd. That's also Liverpool or Le Pranti. Mima was kind of go to Obibeshum. Now, I can say, see a crowd won't go to Obiba. It will mean just a champion, a progression, and I say, Nino, a Kakra. So let's trust the young man and play him. Doesn't it make sense?
So I see the problem for Maresca's end is that there are times that also unused players or like Joshua Champo, Wabo Tosin, Wabo Joshua Champo, Wabo Chelsea lose. Then the club doesn't back him like in public. The fans outrage. Yes, the fans outrage or stand for Project Levin. Obiase Maresca Nyade Aditin Yelususa. So maybe from Maresca's point of view, it was time for Chelsea to say we are backing him. And nothing as a city possible contract of Aneba. There are reports that Maresca told Chelsea that if you want me to stay clear of them, of course, the contract told him to tell Chelsea, then give me a contract extension. So that was not just for contract extension, but to look like Chelsea are backing him in the media. Because Rich Nkwene said the English media were killing Maresca. Yeah. And now Chelsea the red card. Have you heard anybody say that the team is indisciplined? But those days, team and this and now make me you do red card na me catch him say nka and can be a match law ba
maybe Ebias say coach new one now buy on start and then maybe a man for share.
But the truth of the matter is and no bona kukura the red card.
So your team now what season you won't do.
Yeah.
In yeah. No what be 8 red card and discipline.
Which Matthias here on the surface value that looks like an indisciplined team. But and no kukura bono or the red card. And yet aggressive tackle. And yet, I say, they have ways that they describe those tackles. And yet, career threatening this animal. It is just Kukurea who 77. Exactly. That is not indiscipline to me. It's just a team that is too young and then they fail to make certain decisions. So, for me, at that point in time, Chelsea should have backed.
So, first of all, who say the sacking, as in say mutual, whatever. Yeah. Chelsea for fair to the man.
Oh, to an extent. And I also think, say, that's why I said it in 2 forms.
Okay.
Enzo Maresca himself too was wrong.
I hear now who feels no wrong.
Or started some man and met you too much.
Okay.
It became one too many. I mean, Maresca is my man. But you see, I don't also fault him. Rich, how many coaches today? Yeah, meaning say Pauli Benya the message Enzo Maresca did to Instagram, and I'll wrap up with that before. Who really sa message that Maresca did to now? Rich, Maresca essentially is telling us that on our and one fashion yamba. And then if Maresca goes to City, will you question his credibility? Exactly. So Maresca has actually won. Oh, but not only she.
So when you be going to see you,
yes, no new beer. And Nhyira Maresca could confidently tell Chelsea that I am willing to leave the club without even taking compensation. Because Orban, who was Maresca? Only Obia, there was no CV. I mean, whether we like it or not, if somebody gives you a platform and you grow, you owe them something. You owe them loyalty. You owe them, Rich, something can happen with respect to work. And maybe I'd have to leave Nhyira FM or multimedia group. The onus is on me. So whether on social media, interviews, whatever, at least you don't put the name of the people that gave you certain level of platform or whatever into dispute. And for me, that was the thing. Rich, Maresca, a Germany in a senior no kasa or media nim. Rich, what Everton? What is the point in going to say in the media, say in the last 48 hours, you have felt when you've won? There was no point. And you go back at it again. You go back at it again. I think it became one too many for Maresca Nankasa point. Right. And Edru Babia, Rich, maybe I mean who say Adiene Bejiego.
Oh, say any are predicting that. No, that's okay, can see me.
Yeah. But media Babia, me who say untenable was when after the game Maresca came to let Willie Caballero tell us say Oyari into my pre-match, post-match press conference or referee. Because 90 minutes we're not touchline. But then 5 minutes post-match press conference, you can't sit down to guess. Oh, no. At that point, I knew now Maresca is giving it. And Rich, I think that, meaning say, yeah, but I think that to be very honest with you, maybe one of the downsides of Enzo Maresca showed, which is, I don't think Maresca is the best person in terms of managing emotions and hiding things like that. Signing your money. Maybe you should in the boardroom. In the corporate world, sometimes you need to be able to manage those things. And say and Commoner. It's more of the reasons why they looked at
in 2 minutes.
Oh, Rich, I think say
is it a man?
I don't know honestly. I don't know. Does he have certain things that show that he can succeed? Yes. Makacho said, me one thing that made any coach that I don't know to try to convince me is the clarity of thought. For me, football coaching to say what if you are not a teacher who can explain your thought for the average person who doesn't know jack about the China, I don't think you can be a good teacher. And the Onkofu bang, but they are not good teachers. So Resinio has that clarity of thoughts in his mind, and when he speaks, you understand the things that he's saying. So he has those things. Again, he knows the blue coat system. Strasbourg pay. He knows this Chelsea team. But Rich, maybe as time goes on, the tactical setup of the Premier League is different. And I'm not too confident that Liam Rossino can topple what Enzo Maresca has done. Rich, baby, Enzo Maresca judge Chelsea team no. See, in your crowd yesterday, Chelsea lost. Chelsea are somewhere around 8. Plus, Ushe, the number of fan honorees there cost right now. There was Blue Co out. Fulham. There was your friend is saying protest to the owners. So the fans are in a bad place. But that is where the strength of Liam Rossino comes in. He is a good speaker. He's a people person. Can he get the fans to back him? And then in that same direction, back the team. So maybe Stamford Bridge will get a lot of confidence to go and play now. I think it's a matter of time. And as we go on day by day, the Chelsea in Komodo, we'll begin to find out. The first game against Cardiff. Okay. Then I think
Cardiff there.
Semi-final game against Arsenal.
Okay.
Now for the Boko. In the next 10 games now, a very, very huge games here. If Resenio beats my baby.
I mean, him say you want preparatory Kakrabia.
Charlton Athletic.
Why Charlton? I don't mind.
That is Chelsea's favorite.
Charlton. Okay. Is it? No, me. I'm from preaching now.
Yes, me only departure with is Semina Fifika, you know. ASA. Chelsea could not have been unfair to Maresca when it is Maresca Nankasa or initiated the move to depart. Me know why. See a juma. Na me no maybe a cost na me be catch you say juma na ye me nyini see betimi atoaso. Na say tina say na ye agree. So okay, so Sadia, and ye be go catch up on so for say me nu ya just to say adwumani enye bi mu a I can't then go out and say you have been unfair to me because who na oba say adwuma no ojiri say no man e koso no emmo ma ye nto aso.
But sometimes they be a nipa ne ba Now if you say issue, no, you guys can sort this out. And you sorting them out now. You can't say no.
And a normal circumstances in football, say managers say oh ye BB and I say team no reasons why omugiri say also mo pamo manager nimba. The moment or more exercise with strings, so yen kakra. So what would they be also there? Then they will be ready to say, oh, yeah, ekrano, ya who say no man kuye. But now you to was yama situation now, dear. But so, but now, oh, the way I know Messi Cono, would Jidi say, what's now, emwa, a Korean to one. Then you bet me a jatumu. Because at the end of the day, say, what's your reasons about even there are some articles Athletic have reported say there are inside information that Maresca resigned.
Yeah.
What in America? How can you resign and say I've not been fair to you? You resigned.
Okay.
Who now said you man pay him?
But as an employer, what attitude which may force a employee to resign? Because Edumano mebano, me experience where Edumano. And I may buy now say okay, for materials here Eduma. And my baby said Edumano meet me aye. And I may say meet me aye be a kahon. And walk out with it with meet me aye be open say me be kahon. Iti mame ebi a 2 city kahon iti me be kahon. O say Debbie for the owner
maybe one player and so you're convinced with Eduma now you know.
Oh, Rich, but even you as one of the biggest critiques of Maresca after one season, were you not convinced that he has done at least the basic to get trust?
But on the one Casanso, you know, say at the point, not project now, Maresca, you know, drink there.
You see,
of course.
That is where the paradox now. Some of the Chelsea fans has created say, I said Maresca had reached the top. And yet Tim God, I said he had reached the top. And that dealing with him, yes, dealing with him, you must see him as Obia. And that now the moment the first point Obia was that he has done 20 points from all competitions in the last 11 games, and that they say results was the first red flag. If at that time shaky tables, sometimes you have to shake the tables when you're on top.
Okay.
So
when I result in match.
Yeah, that is it. So you need to exercise some level of discretion. Eduma rich. Sameko Jimmy how catch Jimmy say, "Why am I scam kwa?" It is when I know say I am on top of my game. But no when result
Barcelona Arsenal. Yeah, cuz Premier League on first round second.
But
go there third and go.
No, but you see Maresca started this thing during the winning the club World Cup
until it was over time as well.
The problem is that
for you to go games are winning results. Yeah. And only win against Everton and start Saudi and just okay.
Anytime I can say, you see, my problem is that immediately Joey Mendes now almost start somewhere here the publicity to go to that area now. I need a Maresca one shina because clearly you can tell that Maresca is not emotionally one of the best guys in that regard. I mean, Rachel, okay, we'll see how it goes.
Alright, but did a big game in home come, of course. Arsenal, Bobo Liverpool, yeah, Mrs. Sano. This is the official one. I'm the amount. Okay, I was going to make them. I'm a bob rapper. But I think common be I must say, City, dear. Brandon on call Liverpool, be a anchor, yeah. City, dear, I'm more Brandon. And that is why in medical we are say announcement, you know, and so to us. And to answer me, to sit in the end of the and if we are in for the big game, no, in me.
The good thing then is the Semenyo had a lot of options, even from last season. Yeah, but last season, there were a lot of clubs. Na omo share the way Abranti and the born na omo jiri se obe fit into omo system no. And it included Liverpool, it included Manchester United. Omo nyina made approach se omo nya Antoine Semenyo omo pe. Now Ediana Liverpool ni Manchester United titiu ehu wo Semenyo ho a omo si o Abranti we a perfect fit at my team. No, I'm gonna say, so the way Man U need Liverpool Mubona. there are some times in the games they try to defend war. Na omo aye quick transition. Say me be say me chemo obi o street so ti ase a. Ye bobo at a point in time, team no mienu Bako will have to defend because Bako no good ball. The scouting reports to Asemenyo who can teach you say the biggest weapon and say ye bobo na ye defend. Ball no kuta your opponent in Tina was say ye defend ye. Ye jibona say upo be the ball na mano. Na wa mouse drive no say the ball no quickly ama mom our defending position no etimi akọ a very good attacking position. One of the best in the Premier League now. Antoine Semenyo. Na ono no de no Rich enye just audible ni tram kano. Number 1 ne nine no bonkum ene ni fa ni nyina. Adwuma. My memo graphic be so that your social media phone bet me up post here. Then we all can use it to follow conversation make one seminar. Now Rich, apart from say nine he is so physically built for the English Premier League. Enti seminar uko body no anase uko pie onyafo ojare oye grind. Enti or the physicality or the pace American or the body betu no ni nani mienu nyina so ye adwuma. Then the last thing and say the final decision well try me can we wa pimpim awie or the nani mienu afa fa ball no so awie no wa bibia no say all shego anasa all possible no nyansam ama yetimi abense e be shego no. He has been one of the best. And on so bubble shots. Ubejedi say since last season, the only player who shot Akupomu actually Antoine Semenyo Erling Haaland in the Premier League. He is second to only Haaland in terms of shots about our Premier League. And the attributes now, the scouting reports, are provided as the profile of Semenyo. Now a short teams do one and say, look, you must get this guy into our team. Now, Rich, then after last season, Semenyo extended his contract. And people said, Ubo Bournemouth, Nyamia Wadum, you are signing. Big clubs are lining up. And you extend your contract. Semenyo said, sign the contract now or harder than. There were a lot of exit complications. Now on person ever surrounding the transfers. Number 2, he thought he needed a little bit time. Say Obejin where he said, look, I have really reached. And Mami moving down. Namin trying to say me consistent. And me also say me keep pace we are. Me value no empo ebe increase. And Rich, do you know what he did? He extended the contract at Bournemouth. And or the share contract in the say a free near credit say Obi Bar Naso or any so opemia. Maybe Semenyo will have a lot of say oh me besamiko and I say me besamitra and say yes sir more respect me opinion on semi.
So na okay mohana munya you mfama na yamfa we mfantoa ya kan say wili twema ina tuo na mede ade ba ko de ma hu behia ye pa na yetime di hujuma but we not okay ma mo atwa ni wo YouTube no me pato Famu comment them famna na amanfo ke cancer man ade ana Antoine Semenyo city die M1 ade sisi abante de wonya kom enti January squeeze no so na meba be show start kakra na what with the way city players wo me Ghanaian players ya to man body ye pa wonim say si Antoine Semenyo ana odin kan na okay wonya we me de won komo ade bro na won de wa eno so city better wadawro
Yama from started another game and total our Embrace Sports Domina meaning Komaka another and I Arsenal Bobo Koromono I Liverpool na edisiene na no ada na nko bia dem say Arsenal bet me at Liverpool naka we met your mo agro na nka bia league o mugu so e points na bia niam ma beta and no ada niam an say dan koye afama Arsenal Bobo Kona no a wo bu game na anya da so bia e ma tena e ka say beta abrantia ya friend aye Gabriel Martinelli na koye niam hu sem bi sansam no me beba but no ada AC Milan Bobo Kona wo bi Genoa game na ba na we na tese ade say 1-1 na atwende abrantia ni tini ade Rafael Leao what no nya the only goal edema AC Milan Bobo Kona and sana aye Colombo and so take carry dem Genoa in fact Demian ni Genoa kwa na di kansa and sana Rafael Leao eba betika no edema AC Milan Bobo Kona the Madrid derby etodo Saudi Arabia na enom and so the Spanish Super Cup etodo no the Real Madrid Bobo Kona abontenam you know Atletico Madrid and so timu ba Alexander Soloth what no nya the only goal edema Atletico Madrid Wokoko Madida abante de Freddy Valverde 2 minutes per na abante na go na so na free kick bi dia akoda no so to be your boy massa na ejane nya ise kra Rodrigo Goes and so enya ne de Rodrigo year 2025 na niam said that enya farm na better somewhere December last year and niam sa kleke at the ama Rodrigo Goes yes 2026 as abante no enya ne first goal niam and so koye at the mama and no adam pato I address a derby bakwa and I told that the classic at as a anoko friendly Ghana game be a banner a PSA wamon and so and Olympic to Marseille na Elba Massa a game no be bi won bi and no anat as a nyasam go to akra game na and 2-2 abrantani tin ade aye William Pato enya ongo enti address Olympic to Marseille enya one goal ho ansana Mason Greenwood ade bako eka ho na oko PSG Osman Dembele ana Branten de Gonzalo Ramos omo ana nya 2 goals no enti ebo game we na tasa akwakoye 2-2 na yese ebo penalties me pato penalties no ana ade ase tima ni din ade PSG enso bomu nan na ade to atema eniema ye kama ade emam 8 days in 2026 first trophy akodema Luis Enrique odi ni PSG team no enya sam ko to akra we trophy days champions ene ye de total our France and no panel ya catch edema na better one player at as another and the PSG France nyina ebana baso aya branch the tin and look at Chevalier na another Chevalier massa and no odom yes game nankasa ababe 8 aye saves and a branch aye and so on penalties and also why 2 aye saves inti another baso body and look at Chevalier not as womu pa branch na baso sa another Gonzalo Ramos and the can boy what's any there and a Brantani there Matthew Oyele wano koboy de ma Olympic to Marseille or kwasa any there Vitinha ekobasa a Brantani there de Hamed ayatware wano bone there and some aseno and a Nuno Mendes Tavares ekobasa afe Amel aye Molelo a bone there asen Duse Dre and the Kotua Temte not as a PSG womanya ate e de so mana so anu ye dia e to da wo duma de so anope ye ketre adamana wo be ka me kato sa Abrante de Gabriel Martinelli ekoye ndiama wo sem nasa wo mu ane Liverpool game e total another akodan de okoye nie entokoye sie nyina na ya Abrante no enti mu amotwa o screen so a wo se Alisson back ani abre na tese center referee na Virgil van Dijk mu nyina patanto kwa say Gabriel Martinelli ana ekoye ade bi atese at the diamonds of the game no kwa point we no 4 minutes referee dia to so no ye bebo kakra ana tese Liverpool player and it in ade Conor Burnley omu kotwa no ade to ntantano ho na kwabna tamo to ntantano ho no ntantano ho no afi mame sasi no e wo screens no so Gabriel Martinelli ye wuso de ne kotodwe e wa Abrante no o de wona sa obetimi aba line ati na owo no na Abrante na anko ana afi wo so Abrante no mu sa o bunimuni no edna kwa koto line ati kwabna that time na sa Abrante no e wo serious pains ana tesa Abrante ne play pa na awona ama Liverpool players no Vio Van Dijk mudi kan ba say masa na dia na ye the player na wo won sa no nyambuturo wonim say we player na ho na man to kwani nyina enso eba na ana no pay Gabriel Martinelli si an kam obi anta say nyame anim ne no nim sa branta ne da ho no we pra sabi pra bia anu ye den ento the apology e the ama branta na wa message akoda no ama akoda so message ni back nti wa kam obi ata say sadia no ye no no wa dia tumanya de na onim sa branta ne e pra senti no we deeply sorry ata say wono ne empire all boy say abranta ne de kono ne wo betimi ato ne tempa na etimi aboy no ye reporter mensaka na na bia manfo fi so e bia abranta na tia so ye gaga na mama another scene was squeeze no so another your point game no kono brally ada say clutches ana wadi pie mienu nko a enya say bia one side pe ana abranta na di pie mienu ni nyina sabe na tia say ha adwene abranta wo match pensa enu de free Liverpool akate adi eba e wo dwumade so na no pe no make a check akam adi ama e wo dwumade so amanfa so dia de ma memfa table ni fam na anti Premier League table pato de tie wonim say na FA Cup matches ana tese betota e wo England dia beta sisiana Arsenal wo bubu points gap no 49-43 ana between Women City no and so Aston Villa 43 points o motoso mi ensa and 9 no e Liverpool bo ko no 35 points le Cromo and so no ba benya Brentford watoso nsia ba benya Newcastle watoso Brentford toso num Newcastle toso nsia na ba benya Manchester United toso nso Chelsea atoso nwotwe enso ho and the sabe be na Premier League table no esiti na no pe me kache e de ema beta ma menya atom na ma menye we kra players no entina to no me ya hu dumate enti Erling Haaland was 20 goals ana Yago Thiago was 16 goals Antoine Semenyo was 10 goals o muntie ne Antoine Semenyo was 10 goals o ntino mo Antoine mo head and feeding no mo na mo esa mo ha branteri ye esa se open play match after sa branteri nya goal ya 9 goals and wanya penalty goal ba ko pe Erling Haaland was 2 penalty goals ana Yago Thiago na no was 16 goals no kwabna what the penalty goals nkwa ye num and that means Antoine Semenyo no wanya better santino and you dey free Premier League made ba e wo tuma dey so na no pe no make a che dem na for me coach house na me ndin ko be kakwa na eta zise Josie coach ya we pa ama for be say coach ni din na no a me pia bonte o so ya say makwa kofa coach aba until Rosina na am say Rosina ba ya say na mo kai ana mo so mo coach na mo de na ba yi ya sembe nkre ni enti mpato sani amanfo ka no ma me nka ni say bi na mo ni din na nkasa de mpato Rosina na eja amanfo mo mpa ya semti ya say ya kwa kofa until Rosina de na ba na say kwabra eno ye no first trade no na ne backroom staff no eno da me bebo mi enu better no pay ma me fa backroom staff ni nyina. And now yes, Sisia no Penyani team Eddie Khalifa Sise wano ana wayen assistant coach mpato wano ebe first team assistant coach better way assistant 2 Eddie Emma Aye Rogino ana afe Callum Aye McFlane wano so be first assistant Eddie Emma Aye Lim na yenya Aye Jackson Aye Walker wano so Aye assistant coach afe Ben Aye Vena wano anso Aye analyst ana Ben Robert wano na oye goalkeeper trainer ana Bernardo Cueva wano de wotimo dadanti set pieces coach no and the Chelsea coach so mo de o mo ye adwuma ana yala ne na up e ho ana no pe no hu de we ne mani na si ko ana pe ye ka kire kakra e de man Sabi Alonso head coach at Madrid na medical to se Madrid no ada wo mo wini o mo game no but one player one Bobby ye killing Mbappe lo 10 na asemo pe ni kana ama Matias se kwabra sa o mo koye no muja Mbappe ofie eno ada omo pon game na yakubisa Sabi Alonso se sisia no mo ene baso na ekwa akosia na Mbappe no owahe ana so Mbappe beba ne and that means na Mbappe ni around asete no ada na wo mo bo Atletico Madrid no and to see Mbappe be land ne na oye fully fit and the next match is our men they killing Mbappe lotin ebesia kan e de ma Real Madrid bobo ko na ne reporter e toto e odumade so na no pe no ye ka check kakra de ama na on the 27th of March ɛnom ɛkɔ 2026 ya ana tese wo hwɛ ma ya desa Atomio Franti kwabena ɛno ɛyɛ Frenasima game na ya desa South America for no winner atese wodi ɛna fe wo ba Europa Georgie UEFA de no enso di sin na so Euros no wo na ɛbɔ Frenasima no atese ye frano Atomio Franti na pato sa game ne baba so reporter ɛna no pɛ mensaka ayasa yasi Barcelona goalkeeper the team Adis Juan Garcia we benya call up na watime aba beboa the Spanish national team na sa game na niama atime ayeye edema on the 27th of March and a reporter eba ewodumade so na no pɛ no make a take akra edema Lamine Yamal reporting in the month of December last year 2025 yeka player of the month wona akọ edema no and you to say 4 matches 2 goals no assist better abrante no ball no yesi kama and to omanya and so ananso abrante no medical to say the big game eba so Adam Barcelona, woman so any Madrid, woman came at total, and no El Clasico and the Spanish Super Cup in the history, and also Abaso our Saudi Arabia. Not between them, Cabana, yes, 18 matches, Muntian year, and 18 matches, and Barcelona and Madrid, Abo Emum, Jabana Spanish Super Cup and Edia, 18 matches, and Madrid, and Barcelona Abo, now that 18 matches, no, Madrid are winning Marco 10, and no Madrid, and Barcelona are winning Munsiape and this tournament and Casa and I said this game be said here I na tako at the Madrid Boko and so come back and I no pay medi Emma na nipa ba kwa Casa no pay me ne adwe I am Michael Owen na asema Michael Owen aka no nyame no mebedi wonsam na Michael Owen no ado akọ grant interview na ose yan ka mo bia ntia se ya wa branch de Hurricane was this auto Hurricane in Pempe ya wa boka we be say we sika gu kwa an ye bisa say di nto say na Hurricane no efie dodo ben na aka wa nanim a we beti sika twitwiri di na de akwakoto Hurricane ana afa kra no Hurricane no kra no oba ball no kra no oba bebo dodo say na aka wa nanim wasa brante na nkasa de wo ni nyina kwabna wasi nyini seda ni na afa but o ebra aka ani sika o me de beto Hurricane na waso ye tum na to Hurricane wa boka kwa wo nche da nya de boba bia fa film na bisa say ha akwa one no problem na the same kwabra de oka ya teso se asem kra ya se o se Hurricane na de awaye nyina ehwebuada Hurricane ne modimbo atese waye nyina kwabra wa se enko ba bia sabio aba papa bia mfiri mama ani ebisa se de na ese o se waji league weta Bayern ana goals no so wa se wa breaking records bebre e Germany ho but I was kwabra anko tena league ni ma akasa be mfaso be ba sutio was o tena league ni ma anka de awaye nyina mfaso be ba so dansa de wakwakoye no e Germany no was one ade ba kwa ankoye ya obenya ni monyam ye pa ye se obetena Premier League na fe alansere goals na wa he no na nkatas wa biti sa record kwabra we abrabo was this anko bo Premier League ni ma anko bedi Champions League bi kwa mana bo na ade so Tottenham Hotspur ade o ma ya Europa League pe enu kwa Manchester United adapa fo hana one more moji enti no be dey ase my glory is okoda you just otutu boba park so oh yeah yanko Manchester United na Manchester so mate sa yes supporters ne say wo mo ba be protest no ba be vote of no confidence anon person mo pass I was said Tim Radcliffe and afa the Glazer family mum ezanse omuso mu buafu papa na omo say Manchester United pay for no wo muni ani swadi hune kete say ya kaso obi abon our football administration ma but number 1 a Glazer family. Number 2, I said Tim Radcliffe ya. One day do here yesika. Papa buy bibi bia yesika say Manchester United. Na what Manchester bia no say we Manchester ya say wo Manchester United da. E bia na nke say etimi di na nkada. Sabio inkura ya do Manchester United omunya bi di sisi inkura yi. Wo ma funfu chese. E bia ne ba ko crown so form. Manchester United adan ya. Say Tim Radcliffe ya na supporters ne say sir, what me kofa Ruben Amowimba. Ama Amowim time ani amanko no wampam no. Ene ya team na afa. O mu fi say Ruben Amowim betimi abo Manchester United no. Wo mo da so ye o mo so mapam no. E de hwan na ba da reflector. na why krana wo mo ko fo na me hwete Ole Ghana Sosa kwabna na Ole Ghana Sosa ne ayi abohum danka ho na ye anti supporters ne say wo mo ba be protest no a vote of no confidence empire for no munja Manchester United to na omonkwa na omahu say Manchester nankasa enya de so betimi aye ni ye no ye reporter eba e oduma de so na no pe no me de ahonsam kakra so edi edanwo na mamenkwa antoa semenyo adewe mame sense so be me say Ghana ha kwanya ye fa so ye hype the players no e wo from ye pa ya appreciate your players Jean value your players but who team say players ibo and no modern ball mo born we elsewhere na say player na Black Stars na ba ku bi amfa ye betwa ma bo so sa na player no wasam ana onya de patriote Antoine Semenyo ebo ye de to Antoine Semenyo no 62.5 million pounds 62.5 million pounds 1.5 million pounds at the three no ye advance ye de ato Antoine Semenyo na anopa ye City Eddie video Eddie ababo until my own failure brand and kama fe out as all we out to me say near man yina koye Eddie man Antoine Semenyo na anon konkwada reporter menseka sasa kobase danchan koma biomba to brand na yes AFC Bournemouth and so ebenya sky akra we kire eno ye that to be City to brand na anon so koma kakwa ne but mube wa brand time no Bristol City na Antoine Semenyo afa na tesa oba ama obi an sakoda ni mbobo ye pa enti yaso ko Bristol City akwabna wo mo so tam mo to brante no edina ma AFC Bournemouth no makate Bournemouth forces dancha ko ba bia wo mo to brante na wo mo so e wo sales kakra e wo na yase enkofo no menya 10.5 million pounds 10.5 million pounds anom eska Antoine Semenyo ni team no boy ansa na obebo Bournemouth no eno so eska mo so ensaka eno so nkram kakra ne na okọ Manchester City abako sema yase player o mato na ne boy dem pa no Antoine Semenyo toso enan muntie nie mo amode na wontimi mo no masa sabe wo hwe empemfo egu City animdifo a wo mugu City a wo ye coaching job na wotia 2x4 is wontimi mo City mu de mo hwa de akwabna yes player ya to no City City for to na ne boy dem pa no Jaguars and 100 million pounds and mo de to branch no Josko Vadio 76.5 million pounds and a Kevin De Bruyne 65 million pounds and Antoine Semenyo 64 million pounds and Tibuntian Semenyo in the history of fire team and the Manchester City and ya Aguero bio certain Antoine Semenyo or Ghana niba or Mamus 60 million pounds into Sababa Pen and Community afe willy the kind mammy sa record ne there to answer Antoine Semenyo the voices in the media ba was Chris no so or Ghanaian players Yatoma Boarding Pardia in euros to Antoine Semenyo and the LED Yatona 74 million euros here 74 million euros and the dear Brantano Kudus Mohamed and the Tosumieno 64 million euros na wabamenya Thomas Tepate Ofia Tiko Equa Arsenal 50 million euros na wabamenya Kudus Mohamed Tamo Ofide Ayas Asako West Ham United no and 43 wabamenya Michael Essien Ofin Lyon Equa Chelsea and 38 na afa wabamenya NS Pia Niama Waronso Tama Ofi Netherlands so Ebo Olympic Dumase no Nodulan Natas Abantano Waronso de 28.5 Kamadin Sulemana to Southampton and also to Mrs. Kanaya Kama 25 na Obamenya NS Niama BM Tamofin Nodran Rada and so Econo and 25 Abdul Baba Rahman and so Chelsea and 24.4 million no Obenya Andrea Yu Eco West Ham United no 24.1 million and Timpato your players now or more record to say now Monsadam for Bro and for Mom Massa Munya but for Momo Pana Kabna say Antoine Semenyo ni bisa na hono no oheno ball na say ne City no so wo ye clinical ye finisher okwabna hena ball ma na Antoine Semenyo grant interview was so no anim hon dey adisa ball na antoro na so wo di tu agiyew na ball no dat na mo enti Antoine Semenyo also a clinical player yenti Semenyo.
Give us an idea of what kind of player City are getting.
Powerful, quick, strong, clinical player. Still improving. I feel like I'm still yet to reach my peak. I feel like I've got a lot of learning to do, and joining City here going to be the best thing for my development. Best coaches, best players and take my game to the next level. Well, I've had to be a strong character. I feel like emotionally, mentally, I've had to get really strong. I feel like I've had family, friends, fiance around me, keeping me uplifted and always pushing me. So, I've had to push myself quite a bit, get through a lot of troubled times, hard times, and it's just made me the man I am today, strong, fearless, and ready to attack the world.
Okay, and Tim, I know, and so Koma Kanswa, Semenyo Eddie Eba, Ewotumedi Swana, no pay a catcher, Kakra, Eddie Amana, my main trust now, mean free Semenyo, and mean Kobenim Kakra, na me head the way Niaman Esitia, Northern Forest reporter, Mensaka, yes, David Fratesi, woman Blanty didn't come from Inter, so Betimania Kodana. Watimi aba na wabɛbɔ m na adwuma nso akɔyɛ ɛde ama m yɛse ntafoɔ sɛ ɔmo pɛtɛ 5 million euros so ɔmunya ba deɛ a ɛnneɛma bɛyɛ kama ɛde ama m na toro fɛfɛ de ɛyɛ Federico Valverde ne maame ana ɔsɛ ɛdo a wɔn game na ɔmobɔ Uruguay wɔn anya no wɔ TV so ahwɛ ɛsiane sɛ Uruguay channels na anyi nti commentary no mu tietie a ɛne sɛ ɔmo follow site ane ade na ne ba no goal no ɔsɛ na ɛnyɛ ne nwanwa ɛsiane sɛ at the age of 3 ana ne papa sɛ aseɛ sɛ wɔkyɛw ne ba na nkasa bobo any sort of bontino no go be say the header enya nwa any reporter Brante de tuja Fedi Valverde we na was say so oya captain there ade ba ko betimi aka say one so be say the player BM cry ama player na team akosom a certain player to say Vinicius Junior kwabna was Vinicius Junior in fact we player onimbo ni boye pa na wo pa ma the team no asu etimi ewie player and they say ne say abasa akoda no ene man ko kakra bi na wo hia say so obi back na wo do Fedi Valverde obeba ka Brante no it's so no oko movement bi mu say no the first player no be can send in the message no I Vinicius Junior after so the message e dey mo no Fedi Valverde and to officer say nay e do Brante no so why say onye the same thing and farmer Brante no and yan come kakwa so e total e wo adwuma de so na yes say no other Liverpool for no kwa Emirates no kwa na say yes by 5 Premier League season here and December 2021 ebe yes team bi enu wa kwa Anfield na wa kwa akobo 207 air passes munya bedewa o mebo pepa ma wani so abirimu no but I know that yes Liverpool for there no mokoye no ama asafo no man dey to say and for league na nyo over because for no ball no me no mebo no a different crante and a reporter I don't so ever I want to media so na me we no really sama me Chelsea staff na ma me coaches no na mo ma me ye trading na yeni koba kakra na kwabra watie Liam Rogino watie ni coach na yi no o se no osi supervise players no
ana de yo an obo ne tactics ana se dey
agbadi yankopon on se coach bia na adwuma wo so be hu adwuma pa training ana se coach ni be hu adwuma de obene nkoda ne beye no ana be se akwai sabi na adwene mu do na tie dia eno ada ne first training with Chelsea squad no na eno wie na otam Abrante a your friend Estavon no de satu no kom eno say akoda woni bobo na mabai metates no say ni say na mepe no na yentilium original kakra
good detail makes sense then Shiba you come to here Jeremy you then go into that position makes sense they'll drop
stay calm we'll play stay calm Joe back in that's the moment that's Jamie yes that's the ball yes keep playing it happens in the game it happens do this now
okay anti afina mahu adekrunta mori mo pamono no oyi wenye
go just utie na
yeso be kona na sagu neti
go onye hyper
say
goji
oye hyper say
omo hyper
kwabna pa
ago munye so say bi na
first class coach
first class
was oye hyper
na ko edi oye o training game
bi sam kuda no what throw mo kwa
mate so o throw mo training but
won so
o he su ban bi ni ade so hyper
yes Estavon want and is no problem for some of them no problem for some of them
but I go am them who's were hyper training medium
be umpa they say do tutu bruso pa And yes, it's part I'm sure you're to it.
So on your yoni,
and I went
and kicking away. No,
what that be said kicking in the air, the call.
They call a press conference. They do serious business there.
Serious Nicky Kiasa.
Okay. You do or Cassan the house or Cassat is a hyper. Oh, my Billy Battle. My clothing has some now. Yamian Guru Sano pay. My Cambians. My clothing or Passport say, and Yamian Mukini are upset. But again, you see, me and Yamwa, because a typical English journalist, so a footballer, or the Omofu league, the best. Apart from league, in the league, be a bonu, we are Sibian papa. Into Hurricane free, Premier League no Kobo Bundesliga no. And went in America because our case Hurricane club be turn on Sebi and for Zobia Maswa. I mean, I don't get it. I know to Totiano or no Hurricane no ye. One Jibia. And you see record be obia when Timian now answer to record ninety. Sabi mania useless. As an answer no I have said, but maybe say the typical Englishman. Where the English Premier League no be protected no. Inti normal. All right. Yento aso na yento adumade ni so mfama menshawa 4.5 holiday edition. Yada so tin kwanyama yade emamo ebo adumade no eso na enchambati fifi Manfred na Besmark owusu bempa ayala enso enkase omobuame na yedin komo no ya hyase adi free eye amanene na makacho se se baby a auto phone pa eye na unya problem bia eye Franco obi a auto phone ho bia di dance say yes omo phone so no asan say eye original na eye papa no ebo no so phone pa enti so pe Samsung phone iPhone Nokia nom open smartphone bia kuta eno an so be rem ewo Franco Trading Enterprise enya no nko a yo Franco air conditioner ho ebo kama pa washing machine, microwave, generator, open electric air stove for the nano. Ya coffee be at yaba and then akronfonti. And here say so fear ho any office only nano. We have CCTV cameras installing baby na and a crowd in Indiana cost to the stand say o phone on the beyond the amano. Enti o abonte kra and one say what so o camera no so na dia cost o feel na o share ewo o phone so ni no Franco Trading Enterprise akofa bi e dia ba bibia ba kama enso e di ama o Kumasi ye wadum ejaba jewelry ho na ne ho oko aye adjacent old man koma honso omo akofo clinic na opposite honso on sabeti akomo ho and the new KJT ho enso Franco Trading Enterprise ha on sabeti akompamto frɛ 0245 3169 69 medical to one is iPhone 17 no and cotton yanum boys no one who betray your home opedia cotton of Franco Trading Enterprise omodia no and na original UK or US Alicia Deco and na yeko na oya plumber na wutie me na no pain and I say fiura and I do crowd the wako high dine but then na ko high na say ura washroom no I say hono nche da nya modern ti wa peso sisi wa de na man face left up me pacho Alicia Deco and I make come for Ediama Saupe and then Nama for modern WC pa Obiera watch you manos catching any to the door. Me patro Alicia Deco and I make come for Ediama. Na in fact the tennis at WC no you're on a 550 or 750 750 and 850 M say make can promise be at the American and so assess and if you for me patro a band of PPR air pipes na and also yakofa bi dia ba fitting so ho and a union ni na Alicia de kobono fo oto ani asa atwade e di aka ho me ba cho yo Kumasi edum abinchi ho na Star Oil filling station na or na opposite ho na aye Alicia Deco pa cho dio e bia ko na yira for number 0558 063 836 na mone Alicia the company for the ending komo e wi ase ade ba ko ade bia me catch us obom pa ya aya abon so ka ho se nyankopon enyin firi wakwam yade ya pa so eminti yade nso de eden ya ni pay ye didi eso ni ade beba so one yo de ade beba enti aba no anu maduro na se bibia kama ade ama ho ne ade ba ko a ha adwe pa pain so nam yawo so ho ebia ode ne arthritic pain in fact bibia pain bia no me kan for cancer mixture and ade ama na no pese won so no kono kotobi na entu pains na se emfama se na be a obetu asa ko adwuma so na okakoye adwuma na onye bi ade ahwe botom aduro no na ewota kwase se nyame adom ye de bi aba eye komase okwa atonso market sisi e bi ho me ba chodan so de obefre number 0244 871 862 no aje drone bi na onso watimi anmo kama pa na ho etimi ato Stanbic Bank sebra bejebesia na onso efa etre wahiem so ho bi ekodi bronya usika iwadi bronya de edu obia overspend so tibi kura wadia kodi adwuma sika ama yura January ama odwuma sam kra no awutumi emmiti customer demand pacho Stanbic Bank kona akotrombesia ne bi fashion odwuma nim na adwuma no ensa entumpon biem na minim so obebi sam say na interest rate no ahonsem te say hodie eyefogu mre asentafo won mre pa enti Stanbic Bank ko na onso koje omo elo ni bi na efa ewura wadwuma na bibia nya kama oka na yebe mu ato ofie no oba complete ni nyina no eye Stanbic Bank tap send me pa cho sika ho asam na ye kan so ho wo abruchire oba so send sika e di free baby a wo de ba Ghana o ma me bi papa bi o dan na wusu ha na ho sika ni nyina no tap send oba download the app no awo eye o phone so ho na promo code ya isu Nhyira FM as promo code yento he o download the app no so ano o first time na o download ya ya be cho $10 e bi ya £5 and half a euro and also 5 na se bibia ay kama and so etimi e de amount ene anope na o so bibia pa cho ya ma wrenfi se obenum rush energy drink isan se babo pa ma de muni dina no obeye adwuma onso onte breba akokra obu ha adwuma de bia mka me say adwuma obi ye bibia obi adwuma den obu an adwuma den pa so de compare de na utumi se ne de na den momo saafo no unya aye rush energy drinker ebeboa onte yaw bia oni paduanim aye rush energy drink and I make comfort dem akọ edwaso a ebi ona so no watimi atobi kama pa ma yanko Union Practical Institute ni yanko sua computer ene ebana de sua book mu de no sua kama osua de pa nenso ba computer as a computer de ho no on take box no na computer no mechanical bi a chew ene ewiase no pompo computer world and it is a unim book said yen na computer no a meka ho a ebasa obi fa odwuma na ayeden so anon kwa betimi ama obi aka say adwuma no onfa emma and it me sell wasua book no de ba kusua computer no ezo ka na imbalance no se na be adwuma no obenya bi ententem me patcho your courses bebre software engineering computer hardware and mobile phone technician AI me patcho kusua ho kwaji hu nim de eba no eye online business and e-commerce and also about your network and cyber security and home crown bandina no Union Practical Institute hode eye practical so entu ba wi otumi so abene computer mu a chese adwuma ode koye no bibia aye kama ediama school no so said the operate bia regular weekends edumre distance class nyina no Union Practical Institute and American for at the Amampato friends here your assistant so here 0555 383848 na Kumasi assistant so what me eno mo adi enkomo Alaska Star Enterprise na etie for yento dwumade so emfama mo makacho say 2026 we die me pacho office ho mahonya akono odem ho sisi ho mahonya fe se na be ya ho ba ho a wonso wanim betimi abanyam so na Alaska na tie for the ten say ho yentam sika bebre bia na de akọ sika kakra bi kutawa uwura ho a enema na beton de di kan efe so ho ho te fefefe ena animonyam wom tu di sese demo a na mademo aye kama enti mesaw permeable sheet aroma diffuser ring light sofa cover decorative watches and flowers open aye bed sheet no mani adedi asesa wo bed so ene ade anini na ene ma mekasa me bo a mintimi emmoni nyina enti wo de wan kasa ko ho na de obaso di siw dem na to na ɔde akɔ fiama bibia no ayɛ kama ɛde ama wo kuma se yɛwɔ dum mepakyɛw mese sa no kye plaques anima na yɛwɔ Boss FM hɔ na nkranfo mu kɔtudu opposite MTTD office no anaasɛ ɔde frɛ number yi 0256 330075 ɛno yɛ number obetumi ɛne ɛdi nkɔmɔdi atwa to kra no ɛyɛ di ako bitters maka ne mpɛsɛn mpɛmiɛnsa bitters no nina pani pa no ɔne wei bitters ni na mo master ɛne di ako bitters ɛsan sɛ wei no bra no bom so ho enti onnom a atumi sɛ yes aduro pa ɛna wonom ya mamman ɛne nneɛma bɔne ni nyinaa bɛma atumi bɔ adwuma ɔmpɛm kama so enti tobi na bibia anya kama enso emfama wo na de etene sɛ nyame adom a onsa afcon no kwase da ɛbɛn na ɔtwe ne ɛbɛbɔ final no na de akose wo de tobi nanom na ɛpake so bottles no de akɔ bottles no de pake na ɛfabra ye bɛ raffle sɛ ye wie ne ɛbɔ odin sɛ ona raffle no din enso di kan dia na sɛ enso ufi Ghana ha akɔ ɛyɛ Morocco na akɔhwɛ ɛyɛ final nyame adom a afcon ɛkɔ so no nso atumi akɔhwɛ bi ɛwɔ hɔ ɛyɛ di ako bitters wo de tobi na wankasa ɛyɛ ɛyɔ ho numbi wankasa na aba bi di adanse no ɛde amam sɛ yes Richardo okay ampa sɛ di ako no adeɛ no ɛhyɛ yi nti ya na nso no wato bi ama bibia ayɛ kama deɛ ma no pay holiday edition of Nhyira digital passports ɔmo ɛna asɔ yasina I think konwam ne adi dwumadi no ɛde ɛma mo Kofi Maraska sɛ ni din asesa enso aba bɛyɛ ɛyɛ ante Ozanie Auntie Rosie good morning so we dey no what is it adom nyame gusu shirai kakra ye ko you be fine
nyame yasaba biem
sure
nkwan amode so everything is okay
2026 sa be she dan
you are fine
be
that's all some the way be mama
ayiba
okay your point
meeting you go ya njiska
o pick akra o ma check bia
check my
unya ho tete yese be bass
me ebia is in the pipeline
you want to see pipeline there be pipe name be from abani
so my catch each so pipe no dey be pipe ko nyema o pipe ni okay enra the attorney say Arsenal Liverpool obi antimi anhye bi Spanish Super Cup so no semi final second leg you know as in the second match men kan say no so the Madrid derby Real Madrid Atletico Madrid the Camino Emma Omote Kano back unti say Spanish Super Cup no yenya El Clasico final Barcelona Real Madrid nyame adoma kosiada eno so ebetimi ato edwa Antoine Semenyo finally adjoine Man City Liam Rosenio ono so starting the first training at the ama Chelsea baby adu be Chelsea bia no Kofi mintiu
Rich, how many times minim say unim the number of goals Federico Valverde asha
this season?
I'm sure Pauli can give us a picture of the goal that he scored yesterday. But I want to ask you, have you ever seen Federico Valverde score a normal goal before?
No. As in go be obeshe bia no. Wow.
Yeah. And just a couple of seconds after say you starting game,
2 minutes,
then Federico Valverde ball the babetor. You could tell say every Madrid player Federico Valverde side. Then he went on to go and pick up the ball at the bator. I don't think I've seen anybody strike a ball as ferocious as Federico in Madrid colors, maybe since the days of Carlos, Roberto Carlos. Because the way Federico strike a ball, which technique, no,
and the power behind. We are keeping out to habit.
Exactly. On your technique correct. And the ja and the deba. And it's so precise. And now, she may be a born Coco say the picture on our screen is not the exact goal yesterday. I have it until I'll share with the team.
Share na maybe.
Baby a born Nankasa Coco say. Now, Federico, are you ever going to score a normal goal? For all of us to say it's okay, ready and now, I say Federico Valverde she go or she a normal goal, a nice goal. Nah, it's not a normal goal. And you see, so that is the strike. And everything is.
Look at the distance.
Yes. The body orientation is perfect. Who say coaches in the catch was say for 09 back on a support and the supporting leg. No, it was their bang ball. And I say, what could they go now, Kakra? Then the back lefts, no. Who's this one? Your power is here the back lefts. Peja be bring free form, but then put him in the chino and the Peja. And on the fireball. Christ. Now, ball corner, top corner. Federico Valverde. Now Madrid were up by a goal to 0. And you see, on the night, it was without Mbappe. Madrid center back in the defense area more. They have issues with the players that are available and unavailable. In fact, Asensio Cross and Pry. When you look at Carreras, Federico Valverde were at fullback. So they were struggling. They didn't have the personnel. About Camavinga, Chimeri, Finfiorum. It's a semi-final Super Cup. Barcelona in the final. So to score that goal, it gave Madrid a lot of first step into possibly winning the game. And he was the captain.
And general say, so commentator no.
Yeah.
I can say we Roberto Carlos on the boss shot.
Yeah. Rich, Maker say
from that distance.
Yes.
Precise.
It is on point. Maker say since Roberto Carlos, I don't think there's been any player that has donned the jersey of Football Club Real Madrid that strikes a ball as clean as Federico.
Well, Mama said, you know,
sir.
Mama said, you know, about because the band is on at the age of 3.
Yeah.
And on one, the Papa says, or churn a ball and shooting.
Wow.
Yeah. At the age of 3. Auntie, if you feel
it's crazy, let me tell you this story. Now, me too, now. I don't know how to swim. Now, on regular days, me pese me kokoda pool and try to swim, and then my take swimming lessons twice, but I misro. Okay. Because baby me ni and who na ye dey me as a young boy. E o takra dey say o kompo na no ubewu e be fa ubewu nti me ma me dey say suro ni shame any can understand here. Iti makwa koda pool and I want to swim. I cannot. It's in the pool. There were 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 1-year-olds. In fact, in Kra,
Gary.
Omunion Papa Nani. Me, my question was saying, I mean, I can anytime come in my pictures. My question baby saying, I am in the material, she will look at me. And in Crado, almost a senior one on Major and I was saying, Petuntum. Near real was pam, no more fast, no more survey. Let me pay a record of bizarre. The two Baba Perry was so the body Major and Quay to a ferry into me. So it tells you how these people, who the Shakrana see from the young, they will be able to do excellent. Me say, and now I watched the game and you see, Madrid and Mobile. In terms of the game of the night, Atletico de Madrid were better than Madrid. However, certain moments of the game, and I said Madrid for understanding when to suffer. And I think it's something that Barcelona have had this season and Madrid for in a lot of games this season. Barca haven't particularly played well. Okay, even in the game against Espanyol. Barca did not play well. Espanyol were the better side. They created a better chance, especially in the first half. Espanyol should have buried Barca. But Barca have learned how to stay in games, to suffer. Now Antonio Conte Muferro, the suffering without the ball. Last night, Madrid were that. They were able to suffer on the night. Yen to your boss, yen your first goal, yen shutting up shop, yen defending zonal. Let us wait for the openings to come. And I wasn't surprised when in the second half, Federico Valverde, Croya Sanso assisted Rodrigo Goes to score the second goal. So on the night, he was the captain, scored the Ferrecio's goal at the beginning of the game, and then ended up setting up a branch friend of Rodrigo Goes to get a second goal on the day. And it essentially put Madrid there. You see, the second thing I saw in the game that I think I want to talk about is the fact that Vinicius Jr. is learning. especially from the on the field and on the field antics of the opponents. No, Ocean how to learn not to react on the field of play, but only react when he's off it. Because Sanya man, anytime Vinicius Junior plays against a special Atletico de Madrid, why you confused? No, could the card na video or send on one teammates and couldn't the coaches echo. Let's in the game. It started with Koke Resurrection. In a lip readers have brought pictures where Koke was telling Vinicius, say, what's now I'm Mbappe Joe plays our team in him. What's now? Rich and check. Na Simeone, Diego Simeone, so Vinicius said, "Ko bench, catch him." Oh, Florentino Perez will sack you from the team. Charlie, I said, knowing that emotionally, Vini is not stable. Upushina, overreacting. I don't know if that was why Xabi Alonso decided that okay, it was time for Vini to come off. But I like the reaction from Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso also went to Diego Simeone and said, "Master, focus on your job." Yeah, Juma. Then later on, Diego Simeone Babeka said, "Oh, no, he's things that happen on the field of play have to stay on the field of play." I like Vini's reaction. He only reacted to Diego Simeone when he came off. And Diego Simeone also kicked a bit and said, "Masa, we are there ya show." And in fact, after that, Vinicius Junior went to the Instagram. And I say, "Mu coach we there, ono dey be a uniform." And it will happen every time. They be obey share the biaro, obey uniform. And the truth of the matter is that Diego Simeone break Real Madrid and Sano too much, especially in competitions that are knockouts. So on Madrid, Bobia, he is usually not lucky. He gets almost every time eliminated from the competition. And Oshe, the Vinicius Junior Cocochroyadam, I say Diego Simeone will always be eliminated by us. And he wrote it on Instagram. He went on to be clear, say, "Oh, they want to get a job that rich." I think that it was a good game. Atletico Madrid played well, but the same story. Atletico Madrid don't seem to get the better of Madrid in eliminations. Yeah, League they are fine, but Champions League semi-final, Champions League final, quarter-finals, Supercopa de España semi-finals. Now, Ubonze, Real Madrid for any of the success out of them all. Rich and Ryan. So Mikel Arteta and Shini here. I saw one good thing, one not so good thing about Arsenal and Liverpool game. No? Can you believe that Liverpool created more chances? Although Liverpool did not get a shot on target, they created more chances than Arsenal. In fact, in large parts of the game, Liverpool possession of 72% and Arsenal somewhere around 26%. There was a lot of possession to Liverpool in terms of control of the game and dominance of it.
Especially in the first half. I think it was a game plan.
Which
Arsenal more game now.
Liverpool game.
Liverpool game.
Can that not be a reason Arsenal may lose the league? Because Rich, and now yet how can I say, if you want to be the king, kill the king. So person on him for Frauba. Neotiwana will say, "Oh, the defending champion." We know. Because if Arsenal had won yesterday, it would have taken them to 8 points clear of Man City. But if you play at home at the Emirates and then you set up shop, it was later in the game. And that is where you saw the game opening up. In fact, I was worried. So, Mikel Arteta, games like which this is the Liverpool team that should have been beaten. I mean, no disrespect to them. But in terms of current form and the data available, Arsenal are at a better place.
With players are no more Lizio.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is in grounds than from
Liverpool, Jeremy Frimpong were very instrumental for what Liverpool did on the night. I think that sometimes the over-reliance on defensive solidity may cause Arsenal, especially in games like this. Because Arsenal real match now. Like I could have confidently seen the City will not catch them. But now City will still be confident. So just how many points now? 6 points or so now. So we can still close in on them. We can go and get the points back and then probably even build on Saturday and SCA, and then go on and win something. For me, this is something that Arsenal would have to look at.
Was there 6 points?
Yeah, 6 points.
49, 43.
And I think so. Only match.
Yeah,
they have a game that they have to play. So for me, I think that was something that they should have looked at. But
I'm a show Kakrana.
Yeah, and no, Mamia worried. Yeah, Mamia worried because one should go crowd 0-0. Nah, it shouldn't have been that. Rich, see, Victor Gyökeres is not getting the goals, and it has been a bad transfer assistant now. Which Enra Mitier Ian Wright. Ian Wright says or share Benjamin Sesko of Manchester United. He's more confident that Benjamin Sesko will do better in the Premier League than Gyökeres.
Simon.
Yeah. Also no a striker. Into no idea about the striker. Ebia goes name my missy. But the audition striker who's okay, this will do better than this is that Sesko movements no ho. Or would you box no making movements no or dropping the shoulder kakrana ball number. But for Gyökeres, you need centre backs in Tentam no. And for him, when you play in Arsenal where you have Odegaard, you have Rice, you have Zubimendi, players that can give you the ball, you need to be a good mover in the box.
Position yourself, Jabo.
Yes, Nakokoshe will go. Mikel Arteta there also no need problem. Okay. But I know that the media accept
call to down.
Exactly. Or call back into the dressing room. How about kind of
and
yo. Na strikers we are to do.
Is it Yamian good strikers are sound?
Yeah, good. They are not good enough.
So Benjamin Sesko pa go vi. Now was against Burnley there, but Aquano was sound off.
Now Matthias Cunha Krawa Wabo Premier League Matthias Cunha. You want to
when you say Christopher before no moment to that was striker.
We are very fine.
Okay,
I don't know.
But my coach
and Rana.
Ojonia were in the first training at the Chelsea. But man for us was a hyper.
That's a like or Casado
hyper. I go coach.
Oh, he's a coach.
Or a hyper mommy.
Hyper say.
Oh, hyper. I'm hyper players. I'm hyping anypa.
I'm hyping artists for.
So do our backstage. Bafamum.
Unyo Richardo. But worry to see Enra Liam Rossi.
I hyper busy.
Oh, Obayejuma.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to jump the ship to everybody. But it means me they be a mechanic has said they are setting things quickly. Me share in a manager to make my decision as to if you will be good or not. And no, the training no you know. There are three things that happen there that sort of gives a little bit of confidence to the people that look at Sani man. We go on share Sani man, which is okay.
Okay.
Who is a young senior you be or you very very confident person or you clear in his mind, the casa no cano. And no, not Chelsea for started casa reminds them of what Thomas Tuchel used to do. He said Tuchel in casa, who you low in confidence, can obey mama outside you know. Jurgen Klopp also brought that into Liverpool when they were in a very very bad place. 2. Adebakwana Enzo Maresca enye as a coach is that he wasn't the kind of coach I reach. Ebia ye bobo na BBS na wabamu no a hagel no a kiss you. Pep does it. Jurgen used to do it. Thomas Tuchel did it. And right in the training, you could see Liam going to Esteva Omo, Ehagi Omo, being close with them. And it looks as if he wants to drive home standards. I don't have time. Nyami Adoma Otna. When we get time, I'll show you the specific things I saw in the training session of Liam. That sort of made me look at the back of my because maybe my catcher said me had done them. As it stands now, I've not seen enough of Liam to judge whether he'll be good or not. Yeah, I want to see the first few games.
And judge this is your ground.
Exactly.
Papa no.
Say, I am positive. You know me, I won't shy away.
Sure.
I'll say that I'm positive.
Sure. Okay. 50 months and Martin and Cannabis who's been by la. Our Habad Mumma meaning Komoki to a bimin and check. We are on say and the AFCON quarterfinals no. Shall and that you 2 interesting games are Yabere. I shall say a we are no 9:4 p.m. Mali, Ebebo Senegal. Na Omea from say Cameroon, and so abo a team ye from say a Morocco. These are games and in a Koba, any other issues who ha. Bismarck who's been Payala, as we will na ya to discussions, you know. At the Amamuna Obia what's here platform me, M. Sen Komoy. Yadidi bia amwa automobile my come once me be at the show na sometimes I had been here so the nipa na be studio no ma din komo so na nemebu aye biem na won so awutie no why clear in your minds na se bia no come and na me dem sta mo na ba all my cultures or no the abroche na ba Ghana and me can say e bia won she da enemy enya adwen odo wa ye be din komo no atimi ade amam tie ne amwa automobile empany for na edi enkomo me samwa. Good morning.
Morning, Rich.
Pacho na want to say
Eradi adom me ho ye.
E de nyame ase.
Na so want to say.
Oh nyame adom me ho ye.
Sia paso.
Afin comment ye. Yeka amwa automobile. Pacho moye den.
Amwa automobile. Nyame adom. Ye wapem so fair junction. Ye dwuma ye pa. Ye body west. Ye spray cars.
Okay.
Ana ye lane car.
Okay. Nti mu spray car.
Yeah.
Say bi obi wa na car no mu kura tututu ni ade. Mo besa line car ni mu. Ame mu an no.
Yeah.
And I'm saying body works. And ye ebia car no kura accident. Na ye sa yen foforo to to ho niam na yes ansa ne de akosho ovi no spray no.
Yeah.
Eno ne niam
ye
boye awo amwa automobile. Okay. I'm saying what bo experience was in mami musa wi.
Okay.
Ade bi koso and me say my experience bi. Enti na mabusa wo no. Utini spray car. Car na acha kura because me kai say me yemi die bi. 2 months na fe be hu say kala na hye. As a car na o spray no foforo no ne edi be 1 month de ko 2 months no. Fe na car no ne kala no esesa na ehye. Die na ma ne basa.
Me da se pa ade we koso a. On say adwuma na nyame adom ye de aman no. Ene nkola na aba no. Osu adwuma wonsu adwuma ne.
Okay.
Within be 1 year 2 years was it mahu adwuma.
No upon no.
No afraid adwuma 1 pound ho kra. No afraid adwuma. Na say ovi na ye bia utimi je ka kwa nti no. This a car bia ba na say wo say master obeje 1000 this year. Was meje 400. It was 400 na wo je no. E de nyema na wo de koto. E de ayadwuma ma adwuma na ye kama. Nti wo be pepenti bia na wo de agusu. Esi ana kana ye tantanta. Ka de wo spray mo obi a. O say kan che kula 5 years. Se ni obi na de betwi ka na say obi de bebo ma. O say 10 bia ho paint ni kama. Enye paint bia ni paint. Paint ni ye wa hodo me brebe. But your quality paint wa ye de adwuma.
Okay.
Ti messe customers ya ye omo adwuma ene omo ye tie say amo automobile de nyame adom ye quality work.
Okay.
Into wo de car ba ye honom ne say ye amawa. Paint ye quality ne de adwuma ma wo. Me wo de adwuma ne ba na say etimi nye ebo na wo say de adwuma ma adwuma ne kama menye.
Ompe se bi adwuma abaye na chi akofanse mibri.
Menye. E ma de car na ko.
Okay.
So your customers ni bo no ma wo chire ne mo aka no kra chen no. Wo say wo de ye ni bia ma me. Especially ye nwan bitimi de car ba ho wo say o me de paint no ye ma me.
Especially omo ton no. O me be ton to de fa bi agun.
Last week me ye ma bi car. Wakoto car mo no miensa. So say the car ba ma me Sunday yen for ma no. Because in the car me ye ma no I take it 6 years 7 years. And the spray car we was say o wase car no. O spray car na we no. O say say polish car no. Na car na ye kama. Sa na brofo ye o modwuma no. So
na say I ka mu spray anom de amai.
No. O spray car na we no. O say polish car no. Wa wase car no kama. Enti si won ma obi hu se car na ye spray. Na I say abrofo de no a. Ana gun na display car. Na gun bia na o say display car o.
Ayina mo de ayi paint ni gun no.
Ye wo different. Woni bro ni ye adwuma o Ghana ye go prama. Ye go first coach. Awo de go paint wo wi a wanya de wo say de wo go clear no. Wo be na adwuma na ye smooth. Ovi be na de car na kwakoshim. Ovi be wo kro mi ha no ma. Gen change fritters. Ti wo be wi na fi abe gugu car no so. Amo automobile ye ovi an ye use no ho. Wo de car ko ashim na so light be bia enye be show achiro.
We dey facha me etefo me samu amo automobile ye kom ho ekutwa the way amo a company no I mean factory on the way omuti ye omodwuma obetumi adwane live ewo YouTube na wan kasa be he o kan ovi no ba bi omode kwso o de wan kasa be he na fa compare ba bi a ko spray o kan no na se eye pe a we ye abrofo nsa no we nye ovi na o ko ye de nua bi na abo nchanse bi ye so ovi o de wan kasa bra be bi bra be e kwan omo fa so a omo yo modwuma na wan kasa hu se de ahonsam enso esitienti car na nyesa wo spray wi a wo wi ese ye waxe a polish car no
na car no timi de eye kama
wow
enti ya na bi frika wura fo no especially companies ni a ye omodwuma on se mo car obi na di twi ya mo de ba me ye a ene ma mo beje me to mo a ene me mo ye adwuma
nti ye adwuma ye ne ho no ye DM le so say 2 weeks ya 2 weeks 1 month 1 month 3 weeks ya 3 weeks e di no kole wadwuma na ye dey ye no ho
okay
nti amo automoba de mese obi a say fo ni hwe ho
okay
o ka bia o pese yesiesie ma ho say eye mono say ye dada wo de ba ye be ye maka na ye kama
na car dealers nso a omo kra cars different bro say obi o abi kra accident car and o to de ba omo nso sa no mo ye ho adwuma ho
ye bibia wo de o yi car na free tema na wo ba no fesi trucks ne bla free ye number no
okay
ye ba ho
direct but number ne yemfa ntuja na obi o na ebi kra o pese o si form so but o pese o no di nkomo na o de ne car no ebanti so obi pese o ba amo automobile ha on friend number ben
0244 46 57
64 but you sense be
0244 46 57
64 about you eno a number obetimi afre o de friend nani nkomo so na o kan se dia bia no omonye ne kama pa enso informanti obi pem a ahen no be mu
ya wapem so fair junction so free emna eba filling station eba duduako na oba wanim kakra bia fair junction the soundboard esi ho efie no abesim amangusim ya bie gate ni da ho no uram adwuma ne da ho kakraka ufiri kote duduako so ba udu duduako tra nsuom ho no a bonsuo bi ho eno so udu on left ya bie gate no e ho na ye adwuma no
and do the akusgu no pay you in fact nene me say baby e dey ka kwa ba dey ezengi kwa jizika
on say adwuma we no
wow
enye adwuma
afeno matia say the reason entia me aye ne akase accountant ka me ka so no ye me kwa ka ni so esikai ade wato fufrana I mean so we ka na Asian Spain or Ghana ambu.
We have money.
I feel me who the kuntia. Your money jari no.
So ye we car no. And you say this one ye policy car na.
Tu say car no gina wa. Bia se san car no.
Ti ye honey di adwuma na ye no. Ye ne say broni akasa.
Yeah.
And di.
Because ovi onyame nu go mi hu bi da.
Ye ovi
me can
different.
The whole kumas me hu bi da. Because ovi amehu na abekọ na bi omo de dua na abonom de adibia katamba o de no inside the okra machines a ehihye oni ade nem say o de ne abrofon sa na ba
ya to ye bo ase say second one cry ye de aba ye be install cry no e different for we no so
okay
I be madwuma na ye dey akọ nanim enti messe obia se wo pese wo ye odwuma tumlika bla ama otomoba
okay
ho de odwuma ba ye beto ye bo ase aye adwuma no quality aye dey amount ana de ba ko amese ka ewura for ne say wakoto ka be say 1 million Ghana cedis na say 2 million Ghana cedis nye ba bia no so do ka kusi your skillity ni tight
okay
aw case one ma oba se ne o de ka ne ba ka ne wura ho a empien ko ba bia
okay
oba ba no be for wade akọ obi je o ka no de ne number bi no be petrol na
odo ka koma na akoda so o ka no vitem no aye wie de ne nam o ani afresi o de ka na kopem
ka na bula
okay minim discount bi how dey ma o customers ana dem fanwi
ye be di bronya no me ba ha be ma o 10% discount ya started for this month
okay
up to March card do bi e be bia no e be ma o 10%.
Wow.
On so di beti ma bo na ma o ti mesiesie ne ka
okay
ti mesre obi bia se on fa ne ka nya dey emra na omna me no ama otumoba na ho de wa de ba enyila
sure
for to be ambem na saba before wa de akwaso wiem nyame en mo nyame de e be kesi
ti yensensi number ni to be em ne ba bia wona enwe
number ni 0244 46 57 64 na me fa konya we so achi am wife
okay
Mrs. Mary Amoa oba wata mechi pa oba papa Francisca Amoa master fee ana wa unipa
poba
omunyina so wo hono ana e master ba ko wo hono omunyina ya dwuma ene ma money dia oboy siki okodu oni me kwa be kontokwa ene mo from we na kwesi ni wule munyina ana e da wasi se omudi akoma pa ta dwuma na chi ama dwuma na nyina be dwuma pempenso we nyame hye obi bia master fee onso wakoma pa wa dwuma na ye no ho nyame hye no se brade se on the course of Amman, Eduman Yade, and Kosu, the Ninamano, we used to do.
Amen. I want to remember that's it. That's in the said in community at Wasso. And you are person Okoyo Kabia number near the Atujano. Fenonoa, Nebefa, na ono Edincomo, na Eno Canon Famo, Edas in Yamishaw. Okay. It was in showers of 4.5, 11, 13. Friday edition, way I had the holiday edition na 18 Konyama, a day, Mamo. Yeah, come catch him, and na AFCON quarter final. A day, Ashas, 4 p.m. Mali and Senegal, Edna Ababo. And near 4 p.m. You ya and then a numeral on song. Yanya Amaya from the Cameroon. Amunso Ebo, the host country, Boroko. Bismarck Ousibem Payala. Good morning.
Good morning.
Bibi Aboko there.
Oh, Nyamiadum. Nyamiadum, Bibi, I fine. Bibi, I fine. Now, Sir Osha and Yoma Bakumi and Numi and Sebia. Rich transfer ya Antoine Semenyo. Mimi Susiemu de. This transfer now makes him the biggest boy in the Blasters.
A Trustar boy.
Yes. So who are some bonus in the team? At the end of Obi and I had the biggest star in the team.
One team our ball, she carried the tall in the account.
And in the current dispensation of your Blasters, you know, say a fair players now you do be a club or boss session anymore. Rich, one about him, Papa.
Antoine.
Yes.
Nicoje Pep Guardiola.
Now, who you team with you are? In terms of Sika, ye the turn. And I got be a story you or maybe will be a Gina. He's top now.
Oko City Abakosema is the fourth expensive player.
And in Ghana, he's top.
Fourth player at turn board.
And to reach if your friend Blasters now, men are about him Cassia. Men are this Cassia part of me. Then what will be your argument? Say you are bigger than me. And I think, sir, I can boldly say, sir, after completing this transfer, Semenyo now becomes the biggest player in the Blasters team. Diaka and modern more. Sir, what's the first interview in our Grand City now? Or say, time I interview and Ibuzan said, a dear player in a city enya. Or see, city enya a strong, very, very tough, passive, and decisive player. On one I born on some new. Some media me wedding. Me a tough, me sipicita, me wemrika, me a direct. And a basse, ye mommy and she goes in the air. Me am a training me home to give that. And that is the kind of player City enya. Now you see, I know my second for a bimo enyi say, Elena, Man City yakwei. A woman said you're moving in credit, but Bono Benny Biabu Bebreza. Now, Rich, and Pempi, and I will give you one classical example. Debia say a Liverpool Commoner Casse, Iketike, our numbers. No. Now, so Anaslo seems to still want to play Isaac ahead of him. What has been your response? Say, I was saying, would you say it's got over the turn in Tia? Now,
going to play 115 environment in a bench.
Get it. And let's not be about baby Semenyo war in the history of Man City. Players I can say, no. Which in Pempe team number 1. Why the two? And Omomu Tuninano, I know when Semenyo about the same position. Guardiola almost Guardiola on your forward. And it's a Guardiola Cassiachewa or bo a chiro. But for Semenyo position now, Bonnie Doku Oscar Bob Kwaro academy player. Serving you more. Sir Ryan Cherky. Omunyinano Rich Semenyo was bought way higher in terms of Sika City invest to than those players. Yes, minimum say the caveat no will be say it is because they were buying him from an English club. And here him say between two English clubs, so more business I had a one was slow than say be omoko Belgian league, omoko French league, a for player, but understandable. But what we are saying, and they say it doesn't take the facts. Say one city share investment on my was Semenyo, he's not going to be a bench woman. And Enra, you discuss say or one Newman kitty beer in a current city team or the bar on board a binio. Yes, Doku is direct. And Semenyo director, it explains so more direct players baby Oscar Bob mo 7 or more numbers of 1v1. But say every 1v1 we are the productivity because I just 1v1 me and I at what you and of course he's saying the sequence of being direct and in the end product. Semenyo say I watch City wingers nina. And Rich, when we say no pay me, one make you say in Pimpri. Even when Omar Mamouche every Bundesliga in Mubarak, we all knew he was a striker. But Rich Oba City team, he has not played as a centre forward.
We are born so.
DPR no was or game no car near not on 10 because me so say Pep Guardiola when he say our movement our tricky ni but only the physicality to be presence box Premier League for me pimpem no enti eya kwakwe say in the City team Rich today say Erling Haaland niwa player of fitting the profile of a bulky center forward will be Antoine Semenyo. And Haaland pra and now we are suspended and now be on team in game Libya. Now say City profile mu place so in the absence of Haaland, 1 year for Nico it will be him. And the dynamics around him is good.
Okay.
It's very good. And I think say it will open up the chances our team my friend of Manchester City. Young Ghana for we are happy. We are very happy. Me see an interview, he has gone through tough times as a boy. Tough times. But Rich, the American saying I say hard work,
peace,
dedication, sharpen one cause our talent. Rich, Nyamito super guswa. Obi amre beso.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go boy de ne ko academy bi on.
Oh, me wo mo nyina so.
De onyade mo fa nko.
Rich, clubs ne be 8 o. Obi afa no.
Abam kura bebu.
Yes. Na papa nam.
You name me ban ya no
onyade. Imagine immigrants. Eyen so mo free krom ho. Omo free Ghana. No to akotena UK. Na abaso obabobo. You have to register him with an academy. No much and born. Now the obey nam na didn't come be monsieur. Yeah, just catch and born but already on your talented. Inti born create me and bo. Usun himself born na kwan so be so bo. Now the name can
8 times.
Yes.
Oh. Ebi at the 4th time Taliban go pay you. But still no.
Na
and I know uti no so no ogine utum so clinical.
Oh, Rich. Unless you've not been watching Antoine Semenyo on one kasa even the personal training. Rich, the guy is a dedicated monster of training no. On for the training in Yago personal ones no. And you do with the team no personal ones no.
access half in West. He really want to say the ball now or 10 unexpected no push shot na a bump on him with venom no. Rich I idea o training sao. Semenyo is a typical example of training and your talent. Yes, training pa no and now do baby or dear draw. And see, there's a lot of inspiration you will draw. The last time I can say, Rich, again, to buttress my point, he has become the biggest boy our Blasters Campero. £180,000 a week. That is huge money. And see, Obana, apart from Bibia, Nisi Casamos, I was reaching over
Friday, be as an demo. You're ready, Yami. With the alarm, Yakoba Mubu, but Junior, Friday, be out. Oh, young baby, but me, I say, you are going to put bed so, but to quickly 180. I've been down for so.
And I make a story in a seminar. Yeah, papa, and then Nini, Finland. Who's also a baby or bobo. And I was sending message, yeah, 7 year papa, niti, on call. And on
so I need maybe group desire.
Rich, or the Juba be more day. If you have wood to say, poverty to us here.
To Yana to see ya.
Who? Rich, who say, sir? Would the Bibia to say, Nenak Okase, oh, predict say football and Cossany or say, corner. Or before the Basson, Mammy, look, Diago Simeone, eh? Wouldn't say he's the highest paid coach. Oh, yes. Yeah. Rich. But he's enjoying too much luxury. Any honeymoon.
As I take for an amano,
Rich, you are the highest paid coach.
Wouldn't you be
Would you remember the Cobano Marshall? Then you go and tell a player, say, the president be prominent in the club. You've lost the game.
Who cares?
Aye. You've lost the game. It's not a President Alonso. A reaction to him say, and some no kind and show sportsmanship, and he went there to tell him. So concentrate on the job. Your job is to make sure that let's commercial Real Madrid. Yeah, so only player there contoka highest paid coach we are saying. Ujaka chatting Pep Munina. You are not able to do anything with this Atletico team because Atletico no, I know said a new one in you are just waving through and you think, look. We've come at Vinicius before. But Rich, the fact that say emotionally abandoned or problem doesn't mean say trigger it.
And it's like a football no. Me no never ball. And say me say we na me na want to be more there, I'll do it.
No problem. But Jesus so can you once analyst to tell you what you are doing is wrong or right. You are there to play football. A sporting arena. You are not there to fight. And yes, you want to trigger him. Send a bear, Say Vinicius ko can be BCC and also Koye Bibia and can them Kebabeka. But the triggers are the most of the time you have to check. Why will a professional coach go and tell players say for throw press will sack you from the team? Eh, awesome.
That's a move. Any I've gone on right now.
Many 15 yards say, and Arsenal draw no. I am share draw. And that all of a sudden, a bit me or more winning of the Premier League bet to jeopardy. Now, Rich, Premier League game in a year, is City any better team? When you ever say Arsenal slow down, America and City come to the
the last 3 games, I'm about draw.
City. And this City team
can be understanding on one Brighton.
Oh, Rich.
See, I Chelsea went to mention.
This City team even can beat Arsenal. I am to share behind who. And now the way a game is going, all your draws are game, Misana. You take it. But a woman say Arsenal winning and Caber and so much. But we both draw against any team Biao, any Liverpool. Mimi who team Papa Biao Wechira or the Ferrari Biba. And once Arsenal so say on Baba Sound. You are not even guaranteed to win the next game. This is kind City team. You are not guaranteed. Say they will win their next game. And now look, and you might Arsenal firm in terms of injury now. Only are City. Now there's no Ruben Diaz. There's no Guardiola. So they are also going through some patches. Which means they may have mass about Kusem. I'm ready, Yakupon. League.
And me know it.
Obian Bear
teams no bet me a mass now. Competition in an Obian, Liverpool, Koye, Chelsea, Koye, City, the same thing.
My you,
Manchester, young Cockra.
Obian, as now will have their difficulties, rough patch, but Omoma Kanin Nadia will be worse. On paper, Senegal is supposed to beat Mali. On paper, Senegal a far better team, quality players, pedigree, current form. Be Pierre Como, so some Mali. But Rich, Argentina, Obiase game no will be tough. It is simply because Mali gives Senegal a West African derby. So one will be both from your own region. Rich, I am a bona about to suffer the mount for some mount. Because no matter the form of, say, Papasa, any Guaymo, you will not expect Vince Bissouma to look at them and say, oh, when we are big players in T, they will come at you. They will come at you. Rich, me be honest with you. Nhyira say in Pempe tournament na ye no. And when we say Nigeria are the only team I watch all the games. But the best team for me is Senegal team no.
The best?
Yes, the whole tournament.
And yeah, are you from Cote d'Ivoire?
No. The best team. I will know more Bobo na. Omo be dynamism, character, individual players, form. It's a Senegalese team. And our mini books, I'm expecting them so Ombe eliminate Mali. And to say me will bet me me bet to Senegal for next. Now second game, I'm in casting Mincho if it will make you worried for Morocco. Rich say in the history of the AFCON, country be anywhere, any host nation every mudodo in Cameroon.
Osha's country be Oshano.
Rich 5 times. I used to when she host nation. Una also ye only bet obey you. Every class of Ghana, okay.
And no players and go a day. Three, na kwa bobo ya
Nigeria. Morocco yomo. They've done it too. They've done it more than Obia. See who still competition AFCON. Who so winning. Don't meet Cameroon along the way.
And this Cameroon team on the AFCON, I did about coming say President said the new so.
They are not superstars.
And you superstars.
Yes, Ali.
Obiang they are more relaxed on the bomb. Can be so serene.
Yes. Minim say eto minim say there are some opposition for be or more Cameroon. Say enoma jigua. Mumba be share why then come and explain to us why you left players be say Onana money, Vincent Abubakar money, other big players. Now even coach Crown or Master Sunday do before Friday as I say team no more Mohammed. Rich, that is internal politics within Cameroonian football. But the real issue, Mami Jenny
Susanna. Who's also from the
But Rich, beyond that, there's no pressure on this team. So I'm going to AFCON. They know they are building a new side. And me sure say, Eto decided say, look, say yeah, find an ANC form to start rebuilding now. Oh, maybe let's build a new team. Go to Morocco. Baby, I could do and let's appreciate it. Yeah, but we can build on it. But Rich, what I am saying is, despite Cameroon is building, so much host nation. So what more near now? Rich, they will eliminate you. Whether through Pana, a queen biaso, on bet me you. na wonim de ya na ya wo omo hye wo bebre wo
1-0 me kai de nzem so 1-0
yes say de 1-0 do bai
afabo bi ya ko show mo no bo no tu ya gina abrantem se ingogo se bibisa kokura bo no ayo be pass pa bo na se o ma yefrim
you bet
o ma yefrim
I remember even that game the record
yeah
that game na I think John Mensah the ACN coach if you feel that we are here baby ntimi anteka but Rich, this Moroccan team they seems to have a certain spark be. Of course, the supporters will come and support them into more 12 man. Of course, Cameroon should expect even some officiating tilt towards Morocco kakra. Of course, in terms of individual quality, so far Ayuba Kalbi Mone, the Ibrahim Diaz Mone, Sabari Mo Eyel, Onwahi Mo, quality team, quality all round. I think that it will be proper. So Biabaka say Morocco favorite, but I am just reminding Nkofo say Morocco can be favorites. Omu bo home, omu quality, omu supporters now machi. Everything is being done to support Morocco at this tournament. But when you are hosting AFCON and you come up against Cameroon, very, very, very careful. Okay. I am tipping Senegal, Morocco to go through and the quarter-final games now because and Morocco.
Guess I say I'm doing same thing for my boys in the United States right now because they are good and I want the best for them. I say no mami you know.
For
another semenyo. Kofi. Yeah, fans junior we. When na one day.
Junior watch you.
Oh bo.
They be out tablet man. For top ball ni boot.
Oh bo.
Because Michelle we most what tablet there.
Mama
ka so engineer na already.
Me maka chense ku pa ma no wo yisi no. Mo onye ne sa ha keke. Ofan ko park re so ma.
Na dey dey oye wo dey man ko park.
Also a point juma. Na wo kufia wo free school buy.
Na me am
na wa driving in the na wo gian nchen ho.
Of me be person head in the next and
now
me dadem
who you not number
me nya
so over the you map papa o sa contract on la mi ya papa now di na chiboko contract
ma from fanto account
no wa fi we ni ki ni akwasai ne ma mo papa nyina say o mo
ya di nyame why is it dio we have con kakra bi na yento so
I will stay away from making predictions of the AFCON and
okay.
What I want to say is that and a very exciting games.
All right.
Especially with the West African derby that will go on
Senegal,
the Senegalese and the Malians now. Mishe, in the round of 16, Ivory Coast versus the Burkina Faso. Usually say West African teams me Nushia. It is the technical ability and then physicality.
Okay.
But the Ivorians in that game were better than the Burkinabes technically and even physically. I have a feeling so when it comes to physicality, that's where the Malians are strengthening. And even from coach, how Tom Steffen, how he builds his teams and stuff like that, he will be much more physical. More physical in the middle of the park. The Senegalese, however, have much more technical players. The Lamine Camaras and the likes, Eleman Ndiaye. These are very, very technical and exciting players that you want to watch. Maybe the Senegalese will win it from a technical point of view. The Malians, however, can have it in terms of physicality. But what about in terms of the area where you win it? If the Senegalese are technical and they are near perfect to the technical parts of the game and they beat them, I see the game traveling into extra time.
Okay.
Then maybe we'll decide it from there. Yeah, Morocco have not been exciting for me in this tournament.
Oh, no. I'm for some of your favorite now.
Oh, you're me a favorite. But when you match some ball the last time out, ball 1-0 last minute. Friends, and most of the games that they are playing in, they have no games where Morocco. I think the Morocco team that have been built under Walid Ouadraogo, is a team that is more successful. So ball as not the favorite. So ball World Cup, Spain, Asia, Shati up shop, Spain one and I form extra time. They do that very well. But on the African continent, when they have to be expansive, explosive, and use the attacking talents that are at their disposal, the likes of Brahim Diaz near the Adena, they've been found wanting. Maybe also for Walid Wagwagi, because him say Onya Ashraf Hakimi mo at the beginning of the competition, he decided to be much more compact and then wait to the competition opens up before. Which I have said it. Cameroon has the knack to destroy every host nation. And we are Ghana media, and I'm sure you know exactly what we are talking about. In 2008, all of us here, Cameroon for no almost saying almost saying no ma.
Games when any able the bony janko for Akwe grabo obi en zo be pass abobona say.
Same for Equatorial Guinea at the time. The Cameroonians are good at that. But Rich, I think the Moroccans will make it very difficult for them. If there is one thing for the Cameroonians to do the things that they are known to be doing now, Morocco for them. Because in as much as they've not been the best side to watch in the African Cup of Nations this term, they're very resolute. And yes, I think that's going to be a battle of the two midfields. Rich, the ball Baleba Bonedia, Obaba Kamonya and fast one. Yeah, the game Baleba Bo Ewafko.
Of football had to say, I ran to next year.
Only then I said, drop it from Kaka. After some linking it to Manchester United or drop it for after the United fans will be as okay, Elliot Anderson, when you free Baleba. So, but this AFCON, the boy has reinvented himself. That midfield is going to be exciting. Rich, very difficult to predict. To be very honest with you, I'll go for say push maybe an under 3.5. Say goals be brain shed and by be a 1-1 B near the other. Maybe as extra time and yako.
Someone Badu Mensa say Richard, please tell Ayala just as December has always been Chelsea's carry month in the Premier League. Arsenal's February nightmare is just around the corner. We wait till February fixtures end. The also said Chelsea almost the December no. Arsenal there and so higher.
Masma Mekaya and say Obian will be a perfect season.
Okay.
But why never sign Arsenal? Why never?
Because Ken and Gaby are Liverpool be on man match. City be pushing on.
Liverpool on a Fulham. Near to no boy. When was the last time Liverpool won a game? When was the last time City won a game?
3 matches ni normal.
When was the last time Chelsea won a game? And why never sign on?
Okay.
I don't need problem no. And you said they are going to or sure be no, I'm not saying that. But why will never sign on? Why more? So see a Premier League you will reach. Why now bet me guarantee the next 4 games will be winning? Why? Team ya. Unless probably Arsenal against Liverpool and shit. But you can guarantee that Arsenal bet me within the next 4 games.
No, me they say my convinced.
Oh my.
So I was on this season Arsenal bet the league now. Omu games against the London teams, you know. First London derbies. I want to announce that they lose.
Yes.
I feel much will be. London derbies so much anything now. And me I agree with you. League in there. Ambaje dia mana abaje. Question before say, why are you guys not talking about Sadio Mane? He has been good at this AFCON. Sadio Mane is obobo pa. Sokoban Fatilo.
Richardo.
Nebia fine.
I'm not dumb. Now so.
Ajan kakrakra. Yami gusushi ai. Na yenim say nchai na yenso transfer January no ebie. E de na e saying teams no business saying no mo kotoko has the nzo mo banti. O grade yan han ko. Matisa amount for the players link has na is it has there. Who the player grade ko link na ide. Because what you ko okwenyi ndi yenim come so far no business no say na niam ko.
On say your January transfer window no 16 December na BA.
Okay.
Na me advan 15 January and you close no. Na baby no go stars. Omo sign player bi na new coach na aba. Onso omo nya bro new coach. December na mo anobai. A friend of Fritz Smith.
Okay.
Fritz Smith. Oye Switzerland ni. Antino wa Johnny omo. Samson Abrekum Chelsea. 2 players.
Samobodu. Afi nneɛma nkɔ gra wo.
Ɔtɔ so Dunsun 17. Ka ba ko pe wo. 11 wonders nkwana wasan no.
Samobodu.
Antoma so yɛ pa. Na onum sɛ nkyɛn ɛna Kumasa Asante Kɔrɔkɔ eja abrante fo no Samuel Tinedu. Mo gya no kwan. Na mabawuro mo brekum Chelsea aso yɛ. Yɛsi be Tuesday no. Ɛna mo ne Tinedu ewie nti be officially. On one baba bonten 2 years. Na bantana assign. Ɛdama brekum Chelsea Samuel Tinedu. Sansuna Adriana FC almost striker abrante fo no Frimpong Dominic. Brekum Chelsea aka chom so ono so mo ni abre pa. And it's not acha this weekend, yeah. Or money Branton Subawi, or also send 2 years. Edema Brukum, Chelsea. Team Makwa, why sign us a pa, Hall United.
However,
also, coach Omajano Coin Tijani, Omajano Coin. I'm almost at almost share, almost technical bench, you know, Omadican also first. I stand coach a fan of Boniface Ayipa, opinion Ajonomo. And I feel I must sign 4 players, 4 general transfer in 4 players. Dodi kan where striker your friend Lawson Bekui was I come Finland the pain Oman Saudi Arabia Spain Romania next one trying to say Abrantana sign Edema Hall United Sansuna Abranta from Steven DU no it's like academy so atreman na koba say mobi no and Uromo ni J
okay
now was I returning back to Ghana what saying Edema Hall United Steven DU Sansuna Abranta your friend Emmanuel Chireme on also a defender. Almost signing free Togo. No, obotim ma.
Omonia break.
DU number Beckham soon Bopa. Say Omo Dana no Made Badia. They were very, very good players.
Richardo, Anafe, Mohamed Jurubo Bangura. Also sign Edema Hall United. Now, Brente, maybe I come as a Santuko goalkeeper. Mohamed Kamara, no sinner can walk, Guinea. I want no ma.
I don't go for no so.
That's why. Or no other captain, Edema Guinea, no Chantimo. That's a bone which is already a bola. Omonia break, almost Omonia break. I don't put my Boromo Maso no more Duncomo. Almost the second round in Omunchimubia. Better United, almost also no man Koye for Momo. Now, almost also send 2 players. I must say striker, Abrante from a golfer Johnson. In famous son of Branton sign from Cheetah FC. And I feel defender, your friend of Foster Jemfi. And also sign a fit Bako, Edema Bechim United. Edana FC, Jamananteno. I'm also sign Medford, your friend of Salim Bar Father. Ayala Bar Father, Kotoko, Kwamu Future Stars. I branch the ball, Bone of Infiono. I am a sign. Kwamu Future Stars. Or Nabrantano. If you buy, Kumasa Santico, so DM. Prince Bedu from Nations FC. Nano ukwada ko sakan Edema Santi Kodakwa so etimi ajono muntino. So far so good listening here. Ti ekwe ni mu na bi beka wa mema tiefo aso timati. Media man san bi.
Okay.
And also for kwade don't go there. Sana from don't go.
Has asem no ayala ha adwen pa.
Don't go there.
Na
then the supporters will turn to the coach say coach nyanyade. Tima sabi minim say did you OCCA onyankobeto players.
Oh yes.
The last time money media my boy na media machine. And na omobusa and say na general transfer no be sign players na. Also so when your solution ko and some kind.
That's onyankobeto players. But why they no go to players?
O can do no.
You see City will go to players.
Man City move.
Barcelona, so I thought Cancelo January. And even the big teams, a lot of quality, augmented. My only problem is a competition. And say be a house or no only we are CB and all year now, dear, now, oh, and Beckaby.
No more competition, or more talk.
A competition. So how's it in we are CB now on why any no more Mudia? Rich and Kasebi and can phobia home. But you are competing. And no more competing. No, yet they are going out to say show with him. Never be a tosini. Never so bet me up beefy upper. More macanity me yet. We won't me yet. But how supporters sleep because you I say Ukraine who can a case yesterday as some more about some look. Mami Mao update
Togbe met the leadership of the supporters with some management members on this matter. And Togbe, one friend, some names here, Okachi say, sir, $150,000 now also Muchama hidden kino. And yes, Kaketwa. Yes, Kakasiapa. Now, Bibi, in praying as the board chairman of the team, and new man has a plate so a dozen, and on Jim this say the priority is to take $150,000 and go and pay hidden a kind of really? Yes, because according to
I don't call priority
and your priority moments is here. According to the board, players be contracted who at the end of the season. They need to negotiate. Now, Omo extend this contract na Momo. Nancy, they cost on a half in two players. After paying some, they don't want to go back into that situation. Until also salaries, business on normal, also take care of, also more. They are no man getting Kitia has board Nhyira say. And you're more important. And yes, and yet in pay attention. As who was kind of who the question has him more. And also the quiet son, your man, that's how you could just sebi. When he had in Canada, honor. On the background, about Brevia. Your Cachino supporters in Penny for look, almost so at this Kenya Utia. The old Tiano, I catch or say, Minamitia, and a normal way we yaching we. Enti monti ase ma me na me fast kana kakana wo ne nya wiemu along the way no say me ye de hu hia ni wi a na de fata say what say ye no ye nya ho akanya na yakọ deal with that situation in is what hwe since ye wura transfer window has Pierre Kobe Jones so has supporters yashimi mo ne say omun so ja bia omun nka bi emu team no so say adetina ya brief ya momo. Yes. Look, me, I like what they are doing. Rich, me nye obia me pen to koda. Say supporters group na mo so madam na mo pressure group na mo management to ko gigi. I don't like that kind of situation. But unim bibi. Even though the supporters leadership not here, na in chechemu na ko ye with them no. Rich, I still believe say it doesn't solve the problem of a player side way and fast by it. And that they should find a way to also tell the board, say, she a kadaho. I'm a transfer band. I may say in our priorities, yes, here and fata. But the consequences of situation a woman will one affect your chances of winning the league. And two, and you may be a sebi. You catch a moon penny for a munti and a confess idea way by head. It's the enemy to us here. And penny phobia sebi. As a boss, I'm more hands and a crumble Luciska. Yes, I could form a better Ababatomo.
Well, the house at the league now, Africa. Ubenya, you know, corporate beer almost do music baby. Pass on your money on your beer.
Yes. And they be
players be on me a free agent. And Kahas and Yabania. You see, they
can't even register players.
Oh, Radinami has.
And that is our situation. Rich, me share, maybe I don't. If you're a good analyst, you don't use one match to judge a player. But I know Prince Bedu Isco from Nations. I am being careful with my words. But Rich, he doesn't really upgrade the Kotoko team.
We can't have a man for a Joanusi Bonnie.
I think me to see West carefully. No,
you know, for Modo Boamon. Yeah, crazy.
Bedu Isco doesn't really upgrade Kotoko. Kotoko baby omo one. Any DM or more pay. Send a baby bet me the Omasako F Soccer Card. Bedu Isco doesn't give them that. He comes in normal. Bedu Isco, Bibi Kitwe be or watching Hilary Adabo, probably in the passing range. Adabo a tackle Jibon we are the passing in your cry. Bedu can give you a little above.
He will come good.
The passing range, but he doesn't really upgrade Kotoko with an inclusion. No, and Matisa and Opay, there is a player from Legon University team, no captain. Ono see DM. Waba or more observer so much with number count na ebia with me solve our problem no Eddie ama Kotoko. Baby I hold on yet until they need to beef up. I think I'm with 17. Yes, but which is here we with 17 with only 18 points. Next game against us. Ewo. Until I say they are doing that business. Many facts alone ye na mfo bi na share Kotoko ne Future Stars and player na Mediana Tomu na Tapoku was there. Until I say probably what our DM no I series and money the transfer window no be ahead obetimi aye okay so no be obetimi be fear pretty me when so
ye be lines no na before no mesramo ejuma ni ba ko epe edan na odiniti atumi esramo ye pe no around tech ya ye pe single room self contained na number no aye 0552 711 268 0552 711 268. If you're from mine, na inya edama ejumani no so no enya baby infinity and to maybe a line so first caller hello Abani
better for time why me do me to manche oh ma
Mbato mi tell me
and but the program can be was your go see ni pa ukono se utia enwa so a I have any period and I'm
sure.
We have to sports we are there the Ameridio.
Do I got to Banji?
I'm a got to Banji.
What you meet you?
Yo, my channel be for son said you are about no tell you that screaming. Come on, some back to a bridge that you are with you, Mamenciano. Not penny the American and say, Siano, a jabu, Yamaya ma, a china, a cheap, Quasiada. So 130 Ecasico. So 130. And you try your home. Sanze league no mo show 2-1 ya can you press no paper but no press no paper you see answer but no press in no very fit and the end they say omabo Mbappe empani mane ba bo bi o that once Richard won be demo first go bia o mo 5 so ti ya me ya dama sa na be sense ye best
Mpacho mate yem fa for hello
yes sir
Abu bro
yeah the point joy Amici ayala media me training me Cameroon ni Mali ibitumi afemo ho oruko for no my type bia omunya status ade ni koyi especially Asian side ni no mo de ade no aye religion side na ibi o de won bi si hadwen no wo isi ade na da na ya na media na fama bia me tan media me ni se ko bia so na Cameroon mo modern no nchen bo bere sampa e ba giant of Africa na omusu tumi ni omudin film na back to Accra Zuku no uni ya semu yo say be window pa na ekwenko ye be ma ya ka se management ni ho no ya de ombeboa ndi mesere papa o to be won hwe sa adi no ya ka sache o ti esufre ni ni ya kiambo ko ntiro ni asumunwide
yate ya da say hello
Retero
yes sir
me mo achala pa yo
e joso
Retero la pa ma me chala ya mo abaso ne ke ti agubo chira we never got from boys mapa na me churu nya for Canada in Japan na we tell me say go no chita for you like and pay more than the money and party to nachi na say and pay for beti na to normal area my say be ya the match is le beti le mo le you know we tell no na je na so ko dem da so baba
atime da say yem fa last caller
hello
sir
hey Richardo
yes sir
Richardo papa
Pacho when you
wow this year on Abu Wine Asante Bekwai Asante for Yasi Assembly said Dr. Berechan for campaign lead or Asante Bekwai Opa the door has in Peninsula so we made you mood in and said that's so more the Yabia other has no scanning near the power near Lake near Giway and then you have to go for this Caberno and Roman Koyi the best way I'm so fun among welcome now feel like it into me in the abre
ya da say Fifi bed code. Sorry, bed weight codes, no. Code 1 near 8 us BW30B5181B. Second one BW30B509E9 and near 7 aught plus. And third one here BW30B4EE5C and near 11 plus. And fourth code no BW30B4CAFE and near 6. And fifth one here BW30B495C1 and also a 10. Ejinasuna etwa ho abasisi abeto aso edi amamo.
Bema wo junso ni mu pai ebikam eyawo eni moja
Anaye umi se
Moya fantastic.
No, pure.
So say dear, we in charge when you feel one kasankasa. Losing the layman capsules. A mouse sisi no go to Juma yet ding. No bread you must saw with shankasankasa. Nana, no, near.
So losing lotte, Mister. Unless you see I'm always what if you want you're free to come to I say for semi boom round them see dear someone. Losing lotte, Mister.
Losing the layman capsule.
More your bem.
More and alarm. Losing law care, Mister.
Losing delay my capsules.
Do you know what you feel?
Delay man capsules and men do if you do what they cronk one and a law care mixture so a pay for a ma woman no for anyone I want if you do what train son can FD Ashisha sa a jedi and crato you aja to muse a ye.
And I say
Moya fantastic.
No, pure.
So say dear, we in charge when you feel one kasankasa. Losing the layman capsules. A mouse sisi no go to Juma yet ding. No bread you must saw with shankasankasa. Nana, no, near.
So losing lotte, Mister. Unless you see I'm always what if you want you're free to come to I say for semi boom round them see dear someone. Losing lotte, Mister.
Losing the layman capsule.
More your bem.
More and alarm. Losing law care, Mister.
Losing delay my capsules.
Do you know what you feel?
Delay man capsules and men do if you do what they cronk one and a law care mixture so a pay for a ma woman no for anyone I want if you do what train son can FD Ashisha sa a jedi and crato you aja to muse a ye.
And I say
Moya fantastic.
No, pure.
So say dear, we
Ewa Mononia, we are verified job office agents and our university placement agents and our global visa assessment omo edimu tinti my pint bra na bomba stores wow na etimi etu kwan obetimi afre omo it was 053 108 5235 053 108 5235 and as a 0261 6771 686 0261 671686 Bomba stores ewo tech e jahaya oba on sabe kan mo Bomba stores almost say the joy of tourism betu esemen kayo say omo ne pa bebre e de ma wo a we involved in betting entija be bia utwa betting no bra betway na eho na ebeboa win boost ewo ho bet saver ewo ho boosted odds ewo ho say do mo dia ba edutwam e bet influencer social bet ewo betway na a share codes and go for edu code etwa bet sika bi o mo de betwa bia emu 4% e wa code no e ya wo dia no we unya bi o ba bia gise betway and the side way ebetimi e de amount undi 18 years amesraw untimi any betway any betting company fufu bia eni djuma but we di 18 years ya and na wo twa bet no e wo betway kama na emom say all bet ya na wa bet responsibly betway almost say get way more.
I'm trying to mess ya go far because na mama ya ba obra at one Friday edition holiday. Abeto